can if you want later on. Yeah, we can.
There'll be gaps, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And then there's two channels, seven mates are streaming it.
Okay.
So that camera there, and then there's two other cameras, and they've got two commentators. So it may end up that they move their table a bit so they can see, or we can move you. Or I think we should, when it's not raining, maybe take you out a bit so people know. So what will happen? Jess is playing. Yeah. So he's playing like this level, and then occasionally we'll say, "I've got a break."
Oh, you won't get a race.
Oh,
So all it'll be is like background music, and then like as soon as we're on the mics, it'll pretty much cut out, I'm assuming.
I can do whatever.
Yeah, like ideally that's
Rather like that.
Yeah. And it'll be pretty flat out. They'll have like 2 or 3 like races on the track at once. So it'll be like if there's a crash or something like that and it's taking a bit of time, then you cut into play and we'll do your thing. And,
We're right.
Yeah.
We're not talking like music.
Yeah.
Pretty much that's the rule.
Yeah, and then we'll have a break for the finals, like in the lead up to the opening ceremony thing.
You just tell me what you want.
Yeah.
Like, turn around and say.
My mum and my brother.
If I'm talking, you are not. That's what they told us all, isn't it? That's right.
Sounds really good actually. Following it down is nice. With little yeah, so it's one more. Yeah. It's like really clear and punchy and it's good too. Yeah. He's laid off this whole the higher side. Yeah, for January. The install sky they've got lots of them. And then I've got Australia over these guys next week for that's two. Not bad. How's it going? I'm not back yet. How long? 1 week. Do you have to delay or with all these new rules? It's grade 7 starts last week. Oh, cool. Yeah, that's the new thing. And where are you going? Is that at the hub? Yeah. That's literally like 2 weeks to it. Yeah, just play the house.
Boys!
Yeah, I just played it.
Oh, he's back. You haven't lost the knock.
Yeah, I sold it, man. I sold it. I got $25 for it.
Oh, jeez. You're more than that.
Hey, well, Channel 7 aren't here, do you know? You could slot on to the mic there. Oh, really? No, they're not here. They're not here.
You're going to have to sit in for it.
Fuck yeah, let's do it. You've got a head for radio, so maybe I can do TV. Wait, you've got a head for radio as well.
You got a permit to be up here, mate?
No, I don't. What's it to you?
You going, mate? Move on.
Oh, mate, don't be
And
like
then the official things at 4 and
5.
yeah. Which will either be on that picture at the end.
Yeah, well that's where, or if it's not raining, yeah. Where are you planning to go?
We got worse than Adele now. We got some.
Yeah. So you want him to start at 3? Just yeah.
What's it pretty much just playing 3?
We can start with if you want. He's paid for 3.
Is that right?
Hey?
I said you can start whenever he wants, but he's paid for 3.
Yeah, start at 3.
Best manager in the business.
Yes.
I play 3 normal songs and I'm just going to change it.
Yeah, so just play just normal songs for the first bit.
How long though?
When you're getting used to what they're doing and
I give you all the weird jobs, Jesse.
yeah. Yeah, I don't know what Caroline and Jester are going to do. Oh, they'll just start banging. Yeah.
Oh no, they can do very retro. I mean, very poppy. Yes. They usually do archery performing, like and Jester does lots of so many things. So he's used to having to play with it. So they've literally got a live streaming pack under each of the 3 cameras. They're live streaming all of those back to channel 7. So they treat it as 3 separate cameras rather than mix it from here and then send it one. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, expensive. And I guess if one drops out, then they can always go to the other camera.
It's just kind of used to seeing it around like snakes and all that.
Ladies and gentlemen, the race order is now on scores, so if you get on scores you can pick up your race order and we'll get racing on the way.
So these guys are going to be on this table, is that right? Well, they're going to bring around 7 chairs.
Are you going to be able to see?
I'll probably stand through.
Guys, do you know where Colin is going to be doing the call for the...
For 7 or from here?
Just for his first race?
From here. He's just standing down there.
Oh, is he? Okay, cool, thank you.
Well, they're just standing. Those guys, yeah, they're the one. They've got the 2 mics. There's probably a bit of cable on here.
Oh, can we go a bit? That's his one again, man.
Yeah, that's enough probably. We'll move it out here a bit. There they go. Well, they're going to have to move all those people anyway, aren't they?
Cool, mate. There we go. Thank you. Superclass men to kick them off. Yep. That one on? There we go. Stop.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name's Colin Willoughby. I'm here to commentate the first race at the SW BMX Park up here at O'Halloran Hill. And just looking around, it's great to see the crowd here and the track. They've done a magnificent job. It looks superb, and the views when the cloud goes are magnificent over the coast and over the city of Adelaide. Hopefully they'll pick them up a little bit later tonight with the cameras.
It's picture perfect out here, Colin. And who said you were commentating one race, Colin? You're up here for the whole weekend now.
Yeah, I'll probably get sucked into doing a few more than one. But we'll get this one underway to start with anyway. We're going to have the Superclass men up on the gate there for race number 1 at SW BMX Park here at O'Halloran Hill in South Australia. We're going to have the 49 of Rory Southwell up there, the 23 Harrison Davis, the 232 of Matt Kriveskis, 561 of Nathan Glab, 17 of Oliver Moran, the 32 from the Cove, the local boys, Shane Rosa, and the 510 also from the Cove in Matty Tigswell. The gate drops, Sam Willoughby lets it go, and out and about they go. Let's check them out down that first straightaway. Here they come, and it looks like it might be out in front there. It might be the 232 there. Leading the way there, Matt Kriveskis, the Esky man, shows him a clean set of wheels up and over the pro section. In towards the canteen corner they come. Down into the next section of the pro straight. It's Kriveskis, Tigswell, Rosa, Moran, Glab, Davis, Southwell. They all want a piece of the action there, but it's still Kriveskis. Kriveskis leads the way there. In that second spot, we got Rosa coming through. Not too far away, we got Moran and Tidswell, but it's down the line, race number 1. Congratulations to Matty Kriveskis.
Although it looks like the next race is...
gate drops on Superclass Men Moto number 2 as they head out the gate now. That's going to be getting some airtime. That is your 391. That's Kyle Hill who's got out in front now. We've got the 333 in there as well. That's Alex Cameron as they head through the pro section now into the burn. Wheels in the air. Straight on the pedals, back out of that. Still Hill out in front now as he makes his way down the third straight. He's followed in there by the 33 of Jesse Asmus. We're got a mover on the corner there as they round the berm and head for home. There's going to be a battle to the line. That looks like it's going to be the 33 of Asmus right on the outside. Pips Hill on the line for 1 and 2.
Gate drops down to the Superclass Man. Hughes, Tucker, Kennedy, Ferner, Josh, Cooper and Bodie Turner. Into turn 1 they go now, and it'll be Isaac Kennedy. He's got those shots showing the boys how it's done. Then we got Turner for the 2, Cairns for the 3. They're our top 3 running down that second straight. In and out of turn 2, down the third pro straight they go now. It's still Kennedy out in front. New speed co-rider there. He's got the whole shot, but Turner not too far behind, and Cairns in there for our top 3. In and out of that last corner, down towards the finish line, and that'll be Kennedy. He's led that from go to woe. Turner, Cairns, they're our top 3.
Take a breath.
Right, race 5 on the cards. Nice early start come from Maxi Cairns out wide as they go airtime over the double. Your Jolie Marsh on the inside as he goes that inside line, cuts it up so Cairns out wide as they start making their way down that second straight as they jump their way through. It's still Marsh holding the 2. Cairns goes to that 1. Big airtime from the 3 there as they turn and burn, cautious around the berms as they charge back down the third pro straight here, but leading the way from the outside line, Maxi Cairns. So they get to that last berm and he's going to turn for home and charge through. Jolie Marsh looks good for you too as they make their way to the line. We've also got Callum Howarth in there, Kane Gibbons, Austin McNair and Ian Ord to round them out.
Number 6.
Okay, picking race 6 up on the card. Superclass Man down the first straightaway. And we've got Sweeney, McDermott, Hocking, Elton, Fox, Wigan, White. But as they round into the first turn, looks like it'll be the 23. McDermott will lead them out down the second straightaway. That might be Elton, one of the young guns in there as well. We're looking for the red colours coming through the field, but nothing changed from our front runner. I think you'll find it'll still be the 23 Machine, but I tell you what, could throw a blanket over the field as they work their way to the second turn. They're bunching up nice and tight now. McDermott still trying to hold on to the lead, but I think you'll find it's the World 3. Here comes the local boy, make some noise for the 26, Marcus Wiggy Wig in the MV2 colours. He's trying to take it to our leader down the last straightaway. That might have been Sweeney Wig, but I think you'll find it'll be the 26, Marcus Wiggy Wig from the Cove. He'll take the win in this one from Sweeney, and I think the 3 might have been McDermott.
Oh, yeah, I got that wrong completely. No, it was Hughes.
Right, here we go with our Superclass women off the gate. Oh, look at the air over the first jump there as they head down the first straight now. Into the first berm they go. That's going to be the 741 of Erin Lockwood in front. In second place is Bella May there as they make their way down second straight. On the back wheel as they head through there now into the second berm they go. On the pedals as they get back out, it is still your leader, the 741 of Erin Lockwood. She leads Bella May now. Then we've got local girl Georgia Potter. She's in your 3 spot there. Then we've got Emily Anderson. But the battle is on. It is Bella May making the move. She's going to grab the 1 spot over Lockwood and Potter in third.
Gate drops more superclass women out and about. Got Desiree Barnes in there with Kobe Stagg, also Sienna Powell, Gemma Lee Thomas and Tia Rufus. But as they turn out of that first corner, it's going to be the 66 machine of Sienna Powell. Leads it well, does it nicely. She goes up there. I've got 5 on the page and 4 on the sheet. So I've got to find which one's missing. It's not Powell. She's out in front doing it well. Got Thomas Rufus and also Stagg, and I reckon it might be Barnsey that's missing. I can't see her out there. Into the home straight they go, and it's going to be Sienna Powell from the Terrigal Club up in New South Wales doing it nicely. Down to that second spot was Tia Rufus in there for 2, and a good battle for the third. We had back there Kobe Stagg and also Gemma Lee Thomas.
Minute now.
So there's no one on the ramp now. There's the kids on the other one.
There's kids, yeah, looks like they're about to go.
There's the gate.
Mini wheelers, make your way to your position, please. That would be in the last corner to the light post. All mini wheelers, make your way to your position for your race, please. That is the last corner at the light post. Thank you. All mini wheelers, make your way to your position, please. Make your way to your position. Kazali Heights, Jack Johns, Elise Bradbrook, Parker Whitley. Make your way to your position.
Oh my God! It's something funny. Boys, you're going to have to be quiet. You're going to be up here. Because this is real sensitive, it picks it all up. You notice I'm turning it off and turning it off. You know what comes out of mine now? Won't be long before I get this.
Oh, that's mini wheelers. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, we need security up here with all these young boys. That'll be Heights, John, Brackbrook and Whitley on the track. The future looks bright in BMX, unlike my commentary at the moment.
right, gate drops on our junior superclass men now. Moto 1 for them as they head down the first straight now into the first berm. They go. Who's going to grab the whole shot there? That's going to be the 75 machine. That's Sammy O'Grady. He's followed in there by your 1A as they make their way around the turn now. That's still our 5 rider out in front there as they cautiously get back on the pedals, heading into third straight now. That is still O'Grady out in front. In the 2 spot is the 46 machine of Cody Manganaro from the red centre. And then we've got our wireless rider in there as they battle it out to the line. But O'Grady's just going to hang on to this one.
Up into our second lot of our junior superclass men. That's going to be Josh Jolly leading from the front. Come through for the 2. Looks like Preston Murray tucked away as they come around that second berm. Bit of a battle in there for your 3 as they go high and low around that berm and straighten back up the 3rd. But it's Jolly looking smooth and fast out in that 1 as he gets that last berm. Bit of precaution around there as they're about to charge back down the final straight. But it's going to be Jolly to take the win. Moto 1 for him with Murray for a good 2 as the rest follow on through.
Next gate of junior superclass out on track. That was the 98 rider there. That's Brody Gooch, who's gone and got himself the whole shot. He leads the race now. He's stretching out the lead as he heads round the berm now, gets back on the pedals. Down the third straight he goes. So that's still Gooch out in front now. Is our W4 of Cameron Gatz picked up your 2 spot. That'll be Tyler Julian in there for 3rd as they head down the back straight now. Gat making a lake charge down on the outside, and he's going to pivot on the line. So Gat with a win in that one.
All right, next gate out is our junior superclass women. It's going to be Charlotte Guy with your whole shot, leading them down that second straight. With, I reckon, Sienna Richmond in there, Portia Longbottom chasing on through as they charge down that second berm. Also got Viola Cruz Morris in there, Scarlett Perry and Milan Bradshaw. But back to our leader, Charlotte Guy, leading her through the rhythm section now, doing a good job out front with a bit of a late charge coming from the 76. That's Sienna Richmond in there for the 2, going nice and low is Portia as they crank their way down that final straight. Well, taking out Moto 1, it's going to go to Charlotte Guy.
Okay, picking up the next class, junior superclass ladies. It was White who had the early lead, but I think it's been taken over now by the young lady Mia Webster with a 26 on board. I tell you, we got a race on our hands in this one as they swing into the second turn. We'll pick up the young ladies down the third straightaway, but I think you'll find it'll still be Webster out in front, White in there as well. We've got Violet, Tara Fitzpatrick, Laura Winter, and Frankie May Keenan, but it is the 26 out in front still. The 112, we've dropped one down the first straightaway. That'll be Violet in there for the 2, but it was our early leader, Shirley White, unfortunately going down from Narang on that third straightaway, but it's the 26 machine from Victoria. Mia Webster takes a commanding win in this one.
Already out of turn 2 they go. That'll be the 30-plus male out and about they go, and that'll be Jimmy Smith. He's got the whole shot running through that third straight. Then we got Matt Willoughby in there for the 2 spot. Looks like we got another rider there of Andrew Jackson and Paul Jury. In and out of that last corner they go now, but that'll be Jimmy Smith. He's led that in front of Matt Willoughby. Then we got the rest of the crew in there as well, Andrew Jackson and Paul Jury, as they make their way to the finish line. Good racing there.
Right, everyone, let's put our hands together for our fallen rider. That'll be Shirley White from Narang as she makes her way off the track.
I'll give you 2.
All right, gate drops again. This is our 30-plus open wheel. And out in front now, We have our right as he drops into the berm there. That's the 72. That's going to be Wade Worth. He's followed in there by jumping Johnny Cobby from the Cross Keys BMX Club. Making their way down second straight now. That's Cobby on the back wheel as he heads through there. Wade Worth still out in front as they make their way through second berm now. Onto third straight they go. You've still got your leader there, Wade Worth from Shepparton, followed in there by Johnny Cobby. Then we've got the local boy, Jakey Hilliard in there, the 666 machine as well in this one, and the 15 of David Jackson. But across the line, Wade Worth with a straightaway win there in front of Johnny Cobby.
Okay, looks like I think you'll find it's the F11 colours out in front. The young man, the 149, Lincoln Edge. So he's going to lead this one into turn number 2. We've also got Adams in there, Smythe, Whitley, Mace, Moylan, Castlemaine, and Dylan the Villain. The 217, Dylan Thompson from the Cove, the local boy. But out in front, it is the F11 colours still. And I tell you what, this young man is clearing out in front. Lincoln Edge, young Edgy. He has got the spin to win in this one as he swings out the last turn. The Triple 8 will be in there for your 2 spot. The 898, of Ollie Mace. So it's the SLA boys 1, 2, 3 because Dylan the Villain, he's trying to make his move for the 2 as they head to the stripe, but no one's going to catch Edge. He will take it just there over Thompson, and I think it was Whitley for 2.
All right, we've got another gate of 8 boys out on the track now. They're already on the third straight as they're making their way out in front. There's the 20 machine of Riley Lane. Then we've got the 344. That's Anderson Ritchie then. And then we're followed in there by the 70 rider Joshua Scarth. He's sitting in your third spot now. But back across the line with a win for the 8 boys, Riley Lane.
And 2 they go, and that'll be Ryan Sharkey, I've been told. He's got those shot. Then we got Memphis, Will Peter, George Ryder, Will, Fabian and Jensen in there as well. But our front runner of Sharkey from the Tea Tree Gully Club, I've been told. He's got the whole shot into the last corner. And then we got the Memphis Blake in there for the 2 spot as they make their way towards the finish line. But that'll be Sharkey. He's led that from go to woe. He'll take the win quite comfortably.
All right, we've got another gate of our 9 boys out on track now as they make their way down onto the third straight. That looks like it'll be Jax O'Connell in the lead there as he gets the front wheel up in the air. But the battle on for 2 and 3 now. That is your 7A, Lincoln Taylor. He's in your 2 spot. Followed in there by the 955 of Chase Cameron from the Gorlam BMX Club. But out in front with a win, Jax O'Connell.
We're jumping to our next gate of 9 boys, and it looks like the one on the plate, Nate Wensky leading them down. Well, I reckon we have one come off over the first double there. He's picked himself up as we jump back out to their front runners. So it's going to be Wensky leading the way from Cross Keys as he gets around that first round. It's the 152 on the back. Oh, it's different on my sheet. We'll pick him up. Oh, 132, Freddie Coote. So Freddie picks himself up. He's going to cruise on through. But the battle out the front started to heat up. We got Wensky, another 1 plate. That's Joe Degnan charging around, and they head down that back straight towards the line. But Wensky still leading the charge from Job coming late. They're going side by side to the line. Oh, leave it to the transponders as they head over the line and put your hands together, making his way around with a 132. Freddie Coote picking himself up. Good work, young man.
Okay, looks like it'll be our third rack for our 9 boys. Hoyland Brooks. We've also got Braxton, Diesel, Billy and Chase, but I think it'll find it's to Australia. Ryder Brooks out in front. In there for your 2 spot will be your 6A. So a couple of A plates going 1, 2. That'll be Braxton and young Petsy looking the goods in there for the 3 spot as the rest of the boys try and chase him down. But it looks like this race is won as our rider heads over the stripe. It's going to be Ryder Brooks from the Knox BMX Club. He takes the win in this one. Your 6A of Braxton in there for the 2 and Petsy will round out the 3.
All right, we've got our 10 boys out on track now as they make their way down third straight. I'll pick up the numbers as they go past me now. That looks like we've got the 668 machine, it could be, out in front as they head round the track now. That's a 689 Ramsey Edwards from the Sydney BMX Club. Then we've got Jude the Dude Daff in there. And then we might have a 624 of Tripney from the Happy Valley BMX Club doing it for the local boys, 2 and 3.
Oh, we pick up race 23 on the cards. This is our 10 boys. Good battle out the front. I reckon it's going to be Bradbrook. He's just taken that one spot over Kobe Butterfield as they make their way towards that last berm. So Jaden keeps that nice low line as he gets around the final berm. I reckon it's Hutchins coming in there for you 3. And we got young Lockie Crow, Bodie Katnar in there too, charging down towards the line. But Bradbrook will get you 1.
Okay, we got our 10 boys, Moto 1, Newbie, Goslings, Canes, Laddams Park, Wilmot, Gibson and Sarnie. Is it your 2 Australia out in front in this one? We'll try and pick up the plate as they work to us here. It could be Wilmot out in front, so I think you'll find it will be. So it is going to be Wilmot in there for the 2. We're looking for the plates a bit far away from us here. Looks like it'll be the 293 in there for the 3 spot. That's look like it's the young man from Happy Valley, Heath Laddams. But out in front, it's the red line colours, taking it to the line. 2 strong in this one. Brody Wilmot from the Macarthur BMX Club will take the win, I think, from Gibson and Laddams for 3.
All right. We've got some more 10 boys out on track now as they make their way out of the berm. That looks like your 3SA of Jack Roots in the lead now. He's going to be followed by the 134 of Jake Cole from the red centre as they make their way into the final berm there. We've got the 97 machine, Wilfred McKibben in 3rd, but it's all Jack Roots, the local boy from the Cove in this one. He's going to take this one out over Jake Cole and a fast finishing McKibben.
Oh, we jump back into race 26, I think it is on the card, as they come back around the second berm. I reckon that could be a young Chase Foe charging through. He's got your 1 spot as they come through the section of the rhythms there in the 2. Bit of a battle for him with the 124 of Cooper Drew. He's left out nice and wide. I reckon he could be on the inside of Zerk through there. And Jonty Woodburn charging through. But 2 fast in this one. Chase Foe, he's going to get your win to start off the day.
That'll be 11 boys out in the track already, and they're already making their way into turn 2. That'll be the 1 Australia of Toby Hatfield. He's got the whole shot and got this in command. Then we got McGrath, Jimarco, Lapton, Cameron, Brown, McGrath and Dowse in there as well. But it's our current 1 Australia of Hatfield. He's led that from go to woe as he makes his way to the finish line. Good race there from that young man.
Okay, next gate for our 11 boys, Julian, Alexander, Drew, Bradshaw, Regan, Moyle, Davey and Mace, who we got in the first turn. Looks like it will be the 415. I think you'll find the 405, maybe of Harley Bradshaw, all the way from the Sydney BMX Club. He's working his way. Nice manual down the second straightaway. Oh, he's got plenty of skills, this young man, as he shows us how it's done down the second straightaway. Clearing out in front is still Bradshaw. Regan in there trying to chase him down. Don't forget Moyle, Davey, Mace, Alexander, Drew, and the young man, the 931, Julian. We might have a race on our hands. Into the last turn, it's a 27, putting some heat on our leader. That's going to be Regan from PR as they head out the last turn. It's still in front. Bradshaw, the 405. Regan hasn't given up yet as they head to the stripe, but it's going to be Bradshaw. Send the last double. He'll send it home with the win. Bradshaw will take it there.
All right, jump in race 29. I reckon it's going to be young Zaki Takaken there out in front as he holds that 1 spot. Coming around the second berm. In there for the 2. It's the Raging Bull of Ashcroft as we lose one off the backside there coming through. We'll pick out our front runner. It's the 10 of Zaki and the 1 Ashcroft coming through. I reckon we got Hillebrand in there with the 26 on the back. Next in line, charging through Benny Forster with Lucas missing Chase Bowman as we pick up our fallen rider out the back there. I reckon it's going to be our 7V on the plate. Lucas missing, so picking himself up off the deck. I reckon those feet just come off those pedals, and as a guy, you don't want that. As he gets back on the bike, though, he's going to roll his way through. So show your appreciation for young Lucas missing as he's got back up on the bike, and he'll finish off his Moto 1. And hopefully it'll be all good to get back on the cranks come Moto 2 and gain some valuable points there with the big crew coming for the 11 boys, full gates.
He's only just gone back to work after his big stint off, so he was like, no, I can't sort of risk going out. Because you don't just have
All right, the next race out on the track will be race 29. That's our 11 boys. So race 30 now up. That's our 12 boys in the gate now, ready to head out on track.
actually like hand grenade, it's just holes falling everywhere. Yeah, one nearly put me over the bars because I did a bit of a wonky banging over that step up. And at the bottom of it.
All right, gate drops on our 12 boys now as they head over the first jump. Down the first straight they go. Who's going to be in the lead now as we pick them up as they head round the ball? That's going to be your 7A. Oh, as we've fallen riders in the berm now as everyone's weaving in and out and around. But out on the track now, through the first berm they go. The second berm now. And we'll pick up our riders now as they make their way down the third straight. Our leader now, that's going to be your 1A. And then in the 2 spot there, we've got 7. And then we've got the 4, 5, 6. That's going to be Winston Richards. He's in your 3rd spot. Happy Valley rider now.
Not at the start. I'm just listening to it.
So just missing our race on the sheet there. Put your hand together though for our 2 fallen riders. Young Cannon Hayes there didn't pick up our final rider. All right, so we jump in. This could be the 12 boys as they pick it up. We've got the high flyer out wide. We'll just go with Knox. Oh, we could be different here. We'll pick it up. Oh, coming off the cranks too. So that's the 87 on the plate as they charge around. So that's the young Hannah sitting in there for the 2 as our sheets are all over the shot. So you might have to bear with us as we cruise through. And of course, my pages are stuck together.
All right, I've just worked it out, Damo. We've got our 13 boys. This is race number 34. So we'll pick them up now as they make their way down the 3rd straight now. So that's going to be your 4A. That's Parker Hennis. He's followed in there by your 136. And then we've got, that looks like Xavier the X-Man Hannah with a 6SA on the jersey today. But your winner there is your 4A of Parker Hennis from the Rang BMX Club.
We jump into our next go, 13 boys, and it's going to be the 299 on the play. That could be Caleb Nicol charging through, but it's the 66, no, the 55, Deegan Maloney cruising through, the 271 on the play. Jai Harvey in there for your 3, Diesel coming through for your 4 with much to follow through, and our cross-keys rider through there.
All right, now we've got our 14 boys out on track as I picked up the 1SA of Jaden Picken all the way from the Blue Lake BMX Club. He's got the early lead now as he manuals through 3rd straight now. He's followed in there by the 60 of Angus Roberts. And then we've got the 5, 6, 7 Trent Hutchins from the Cross Keys BMX Club. But back up to the front we go, and it's all Jaden Picken as he crosses the line, taking the win.
Okay, 14 boys, and from Geelong, we got the world number 4, Cameron Gatt, the Gap man, out in front, chasing him down there for the 2 spot. You'll find that'll be the 330 from Tea Tree Gully, James Butson, Richardson, De Silva, Brown in there as well. We're picking up the 3. It looks like it'll belong to Jay Brown from Shepparton, but no one's going to catch the young man in the pure colours out in front. It's your world number 3, Cameron Gatt will take this one out from Geelong. The 2 will be Butson, and the 24, Jay Brown, will pick it up the 3.
All right, now we move into our 15 boys. That looks like it is Preston Murray out in front now as he makes his way down the 3rd straight. He's got the 230 on the plate today. He's followed in there by the 111 machine of Peter Kriveskis. And then we've got the 440 of Maxie Freeman, another local rider, but he's got a battle on for 3rd now. But it's all Preston Murray in this one as he takes the win. First time around the track for him.
Oh, plenty of action on that first berm then as they come back out on that 2nd straight. So we had Cody Manganaro leading the way, but I reckon he just slipped out the back as they charge on through. So we've got side-by-side action coming down the 3rd straight, and it's going to be the 4Q on the plate. Oliver Rivers leading this out wide with the 4A. That could be Bailey Seckold as they charge through with the 116 on the back and heading to the line. There was another one coming through. So side-by-side action coming from the 15 boys.
16 boys. All right, right, we'll pick them up as they round the berm now. That's going to be the 887 out in front.
That's going to be young Harvey Brooks, so he's leaning down the back straight there. Young Jet Pet sitting in there for the second. I reckon it could be young Riley coming through for your 3.
Must have been a mechanical somewhere, Damo, because we are back to our 12 boys as they make their way down the track now. They're going to head into the final berm now. That's going to be 887, a Harvey Brooks, followed in there by Pets. And then we've got, looks like in that third spot now is going to be Tyler as he makes his way across the line now. But it's all your 887 Harvey Brooks from the Knox BMX Club.
All right, next out on track is our 12 boys. We've got Little Jumpin' Juddy sitting in there for the 2 as they come back up the third straight. So I'll pick up our front runner as they get a bit closer. That could be the 7-7 on the start of the play, not even on the sheet, as they charge around that final straight. But it's going to be him for the first. Hildebrand in there for the 2 coming through. I reckon we had a few out of sort riders there on that sheet.
Is that at that race?
Nah, that one's gone.
Okay, we'll try and change the sheets here on the cars. It looks like we've got the 101 out in front. This one working his way out of the last turn. There's our sheets are sticking together. We'll try and pick up the rider, the 101 on the plate. We can find the right race on the cards here. Getting pretty wet up here on turn number 1, but as they head for home, good ride there from the 101. He takes the win in this one as we try and sort ourselves out here on the commentary turn. Okay, looks like we've got the 16 boys on track now, so we've got ourselves sorted. 177, Nate Harvey from the red centre. So come on, put your hands together. That's what we'd like to hear. A bit of a cheer from us over on the last straightaway. Nate Harvey leading this one out. We've got Weiss in there as well. Johnson, Botfield, Booby, Miller, Hines, and Brody Gooch, the 98 machine. But I tell you what, look at the goods today. This 177 machine, Nate Harvey. Come on, make some noise. Harvey, it's all his down the last straightaway. No one's going to catch him. Too big, too strong. Nate Harvey takes the win. 16 boys. Next rack, 16 boys on track now. I reckon you'll find it's your One Australia sporting the Aussie sleeve. Jumping Josh Jolly in the Speedco colours. It's going to be Sammy O'Grady, Sam the Man, chasing him down the 75 machine. So the 2 boys going 1-2 out of the last turn, and they'll head for home. We've also got Hart there, Copeland, Codd, Julian in the mix, Harris and Matthew Winter, but it'll be Jolly, O'Grady, Julian trying to steal the 2 on the line.
All right, looks like we've got our 17 to 24 men out on track now. That might be Daniel Brooks Jr. from the red centre out in front now as they make their way around now. In the 2 spot is a 274 Benjamin Tompkins. There you go, 1 and 2 down the back straight now, but too good is the 911 machine of Daniel Brooks Jr., followed in there by Tompkins.
Right, we're going to our 17-24 men. This is race 2 coming through. I reckon it's Kai Elburn Tabone leading the way. The local lad as he charges around that second burn. Oh, sloshes out. Full footy slide there across the deck as he picks himself up as they charge back through. So the lead's going to change out in the front now with the 187. That's Declan Haggerty. And the 7 on the plate coming around. That's 7N Jaden Morris as they turn and burn for home with the rest of the crew coming through. So Kai coming unstuck there around that berm. So he's going to have to roll on through and look for a bit of improvement later on in the motos. Oh, we lost a couple. Over to you, Dino.
Oh, 17 to 24. We've just lost 2 local boys that are making a comeback. And that'll leave Braden Porter. He's got the whole shot with a 5 Australia on the plate. Then we got the rest of them, Jake, Brian and Blake in there as well. But ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. Show your appreciation to the 2 local boys making a comeback of Jordan Elburn and Ty Bastian. They were looking good today until they hit that second corner. I think they might have been thirsty.
right, he'll pick it up our 25 to 29 men. First gate for these guys, and looks like we'll have Aaron Wheatland in this one. But we've also got the one Australia, Nathan Sill, Brett Harvey, Jason and Bailey Stewart. But out in front, it's going to be the Nate Dog. Out in front, leading the way, Nathan Sill, your one Australia. He's got a huge lead on the rest of the group now as he swings out of the second turn, making his way down the third straight, rhythm straight, half gone from our front runner now. We've got a race on our hands in there for you too. Looks like it'll be Brett Harvey now trying to make his move on the 21 machine of Aaron Wheatland. So Wheaty trying to hold off the challenge from Harvey. Then we go back to 9:28. The next one in line will be Jason, and our final rider will be Bailey Stewart, your 7A. But it's going to be a big win to the Nate Dog. Nathan Sill will take this win out from Weedy and Harvey.
We've got a full gate here for our 35, 39 men, and getting out nice and strong, Tim Moylan. He leads it out the front. That's our 2 Australia on the play, charging through the rhythm straight. Next in line with the 117 on, no, the 111s it should be, Lukey Jouston charging through with 100, following on next in line, Jai High again through unscathed. Bit of a battle forming there with the 280, Daniel Lang. Well, that's going to go to our 2A, Tim Moylan.
All right, we move into our 40 to 44 men now, and that looks like the 799er Luke Cristiano, who's got out to a blinder. He leads them into the final turn now. In the 2 spot, that's going to be the 231 machine of Ryan Whitling. He's in your 2 spot now. But so far in this one, it is all Cristiano as he crosses the line, looking back to see where they are. That's how much time he had.
45 to 49 men, out and about they go. This is why we have first aid for the old guys that think they can race. That'll be the 88 of Perry. He's got the whole shot. Then we got Daniel, Alistair, Stephen, Bobby, Danny Bobby and Stevie Masters. But it's Pierre. He's got the whole shot in front of the rest of the group. In and out of the last corner they go now as they make their way to the finish line. That'll be Pierre. He'll take the win there in front of the rest of the crew. Out and about they go, into turn 2 they go now. We got the old guys out on the track on the 20-inch. Out and about they go, in and out of turn 2, down that third straight, like a pack of drawling dogs fighting over the dinner bowl. Down that third straight they go. Well, I get a race sheet. In and out of the last corner. That'll be Rogers. Looks like he's got the whole shot. We'll take that. Who else is in there for the 2 spot? Wouldn't have a clue. I'm rambling too much rubbish as they rumble their way towards the finish line. Good racing there from the older guys, a 45 to 49. Sorry, that was 50 to 54. I don't think them guys would be mind getting called 45 to 49 though.
All right, this isn't the weather we ordered when we called it the Summer Showdown. It's a fair bit of rain heading down our way now, but we're going to move into our under 5 sprockets as they load the gate up and get set to let loose the future of BMX out on the track. All right, gate drops now. Look at them roll down the 5-metre start hill for the first time in the race. Up and over the big first jump they go and down the first straight. Oh, we've got a clear leader now. That's going to be the 705 machine. That's Lucas Smithson from the Happy Valley BMX Club. Oh, riding the low line, we've got our 21, Hayden Lane, as they make their way onto the second straight now. We've also got the 978 of Jacob Scott. He's going to pick up your 3rd spot now. But look at the 705 machine. That'll be Smithson rocking and rolling through those doubles down on the second straight. Oh, it's a big long berm for our little sprockets here now as they roll around there, get straight back on the gas and try and wind it up again. We've also got Edison Hedson, Caden Thompson, Archie Hedson, Hayden Lane in this one as well, Caleb Newby. But they're making their way into the final turn. That is still Smithson out in front with a 21 machine. Hayden Lane in there for 2, but making a move on the outside there is our Cross Keys rider of Jacob Scott, followed there by Caden Thompson in your 4th. But across the line to take this one out is Smithson.
Okay, we got our cross keys rider leading this one out, the 5:28 in our 6 pocket boys, Cooper Whitley. So a great start from Cooper, and he's keeping it going as he works his way to the second turn, heading down the ribbon straight away now. It's going to be your 100 of Bradbrook in there for the 2, Hudson Edge, your 104, and then we've got Fred Gold and Robert all fighting it out. So it's a 3-way tussle, fighting it out for the 3, 4 and 5, but our front runners are gone. It's still going to be Whitley, your 528, and your 100 of Cody Bradbrook. So it's a cross keys 1, 2, and possibly 3. I think you'll find it's Roberts in there for the 3 spot. Fred Gold and Young Edgy, they'll find it out for the minors, but Cooper Whitley, that's a big win from the young man. He takes it out from Bradbrook.
All right, looks like we've got our 6 sprockets out on the track now. They are around the second berm already and making their way down the 3rd straight. We'll pick them up here as they head past us in the commentary corner. But out in front, it is going to be your 324, that might be Murphy Cooper. And then in the 2 spot there, we've got Harley Stanger, and followed in there by the 491, Nady Willoughby there. Doing it for the Willoughbys here today. But across the line, we have Cooper with a win.
7 sprocket boys will step it up again in this one. Lars Blackwell, Josh Smithson, Liam Wilson, Caden Butterfield, Joel Dittman, Callum Ritchie, Jaden Coon and Will Rogers, full gate at 8, and plenty of action on track at the moment. But our front runner, the 142, will head to the last turn as he heads in out there nice and clean. Butterfield looking for the 2. I think you'll find it could be the 472, Will Rogers. So it's Butterfield, Rogers, can see the Cove colours in there as well. So I'll try and pick him up on the cards. That could be a Wilson or Coon as they head for the line. But it's going to be great racing in that one from our 7 sprocket boys. First race of the day for these guys.
Well, let's go into our 7 sprocket girls on track. Young Evie Jenner with a nice start there, leading them down the 2nd straight as they can turn a berm back up the 3rd. So through the puddles there, sitting on that berm as they charge back through. But a nice little attack coming from the outside. I reckon that might be young Lola charging through. So they're going to go side by side, getting close to bashing bars. What we'd like to see now is the 225, Zarly Thompson. So she's rode right around the outside of the 102 in Evie Jenner as they turn a berm for home. As we got our next little group coming through with a 25. That's young Lola there with the 109 of Chloe Martin. Alice Bloxguard charging through there as they make their way towards the line and getting up and over that last little step up there with the 1-0 on the plate. That's young Aaliyah Threadgold doing a nice job there as she gets to that final berm. Beautiful looking machine, that pink and blue DK, and she can set sail for home.
All right, 8 girls out on the track now. Moto number 1 for them. We're into race 55. And in the lead is the 173, Indy Eric, all the way from Narang. And she's followed in there by the 19 machine of Hallie Wensky, the local girl from Gawler. And then we've got, that'll be our Cove rider, Ellie Thompson, in your 3rd spot now. But it's all Indy now as she heads onto the final straight. Across the tabletop she goes. She's going to head through the last set of doubles now. But on the chase is Wensky. But that's your leader, Indy Eric, going to take the win over Wensky and Thompson.
Let's go into our 8 girls on track. A nice start coming in there from Esther Daff. She leads the way down the 3rd straight. Coming on that outside line is going to be the 820 on the plate of Penelope Blackwell. So she's making a little charge there. She's going to go up nice and high and drop in low as they roll their way around that final berm. Coming through is young Kimberly Zeta. Nice right there with the 320 next in line. That's Arya Scadden. And charging through with the 27, Scarlett Reynolds to round out for our 8 girls.
Right, looks like we've got our 9 girls out on the track now. They're going to head around the second berm and down the 3rd straight. I'll pick them up as they head past me now into the final berm. That's going to be the 142 rider. That's Josie Blunt. And she's followed in there by the 218. That's Winter Bradshaw, all the way from Sydney today. But with a win, it was all your 142 of Josie Blunt.
Let's go to our next go to 10 girls on the sheet. We've got 3, 5 on the plate here as they come around that second berm now. And it's going to be the 2, I reckon, of Paige Cole leading the way down the third straight. And then sitting in there for the 2, Ivy Rollins, I reckon it could be, as they charge down to the last berm. So it is the 2. So Paige doing a good job there, Ivy. Next in line, we've got young Alicia Babinoidis cruising through as they turn and burn for home with the 2:04 of Olivia Migley charging down that line. But nice ride there, Paige Cole.
As we move into another moto of our 10 girls now, that looked like the 30 in the front there. That's Mila Bax, and she is all the way into the third straight now. In the 2 spot now, that looked like your 1V Sierra Simpson. And in our third spot, we have local rider, Cove girl, O'Hara Radigan. She's in third. Followed in there by your 1-4, Kiara Moylan. But across the line goes your leader, number 30, Mila Bax.
Okay, we've got our 11 girls in this one. Waters, Taylor, Castlemaine, Edwards, and Allen. Moto 1, race 60 on the cards. Watch them with their magic down the third straight away. We'll try and pick up our front runner. And it looks like it could be a 65 on the plate, so it will be the 55. Into the last turn she goes. That's going to be Allen. And we've got the 2V of Waters. So it's Jackie Waters, Penny Allen, 1-2. It's Penny leading this one out all the way from the red centre, but we've got a race on our hands. Side by side, the 2 ladies go as they hit the stripe. Have to leave that one to the transponders between Penny Allen and Jackie Waters, Matilda Taylor, Castlemaine, and Edwards fighting it out for the minors.
Race 61 on the cards. It's our 11 girls, and it's going to be the small block Chev machine of Maya Ellis. She's leaning it down with the 350 on the plate, charging through that third straight, doing a good job out in that 1 spot with the 28 on the plate. Maya Wellman sitting there for the 2, and coming through with a 602, Mackenzie Butterfield. She's going to charge around that final straight and down towards the line with the 806. Next in line, that's Jasmine Kitchen as they head down with Katie Wilson to round them out.
12 girls out on the track and already making their way in and out of turn 2, and that'll be the 1V of Chloe Mitchell. She's got the whole shot right on the back wheel. That'll be Isabella Blackwell. Then we got Hedger, Ruby and Zoe in there as well, making their way down that third straight. Oh, cool, Triple O. Have that young lady arrested off Blackwell. Takes the inside. Mitchell goes on the inside. Bit of white line fever. It's going to be a race to the finish line. Side by side. We'll let the transponders sort that out. Looks like Blackmill might have got it on the line. Mitchell in there for the 2 spot. Hedger for the 3.
Okay, next gate for our 12 girls. Matilda Guy from Ashmore, Queensland, the 42 out in front as they work their way out of here, but we've had a lead change, so now the 6 leading this one, but here she comes back. It was Sheridan Picken, took over the lead from Guy, but Guy coming back at her. Guy and Picken down the last straightaway. We've also got Molly Williamson, our early leader, the 53, but is ahead to the stripe. Oh, too close to call. That might have been Picken. Guy, great racing from our 12 girls.
Right, out on track now is our 13 girls, and that's going to be your W6, World 6, Stephanie Alexander. She's out to the early lead, followed in there by the 25 machine of Holly Ann Jackson. And in number 3, we've got the 515 of Little Addie Katnar from the Cove. But jumping her way across the line is Stephanie Alexander with a W6 on the plate this year.
Girls out on the track, race 65. Amy Mann, Julia, Stella, Dominique, Belly, Mackenzie and Georgia in there as well, all making their way down that third straight. Have a look at them fly down that straight, and it'll be the one end on the plate of Georgia. She's got the whole shot in and out of that last corner. Right behind her looks like we got a 4A of Julian in there as well, making their way towards the finish line. Good race there from the 13 girls.
All right, moving on to the track now is our 15 girls as they go through the second berm now. A bit of splash as they exit there into the third straight. They go now. That's going to be your 96. That's Lauren Winter. And then she's followed in there by the 112 of Violet Ducko. And in the third spot there is going to be your 264 of Scarlett Perry. But across the line, it is your winner.
What's that one? All right, we jump into our 15 girls on track there. I reckon we got Tara Fitzpatrick coming off the backside of the berms. They start to charge back up the third, so bunching up out in front and getting in that one spot with the 1-6 on the play. It's going to be Sophie Davis leading it with the 27 coming through. That's Portia Longbottom. Next in line with the 28 is going to be Cherie White as they head towards the line with the one play on the back coming through. That might be Monique Hall charging through with Fitzpatrick.
All right, we've got our 14 girls out on the track now as they make their way around the berm. They're going to go down the third straight. That's your leader pumping our way through there now. That looks like it is the 1A. That's going to be Milan Bradshaw, followed in there by the 270. That's Caitlin Odgers. But across the line, it is your leader 1A from the Sydney BMX Club. That's Milan Bradshaw.
Right, into our 17-24 women heading down that second straight. I reckon it's going to be Jessica Stewart leading this one into that second berm. Cautious around that outside. It's going to be Nicole Thompson as Charlotte Tidswell comes on through as they charge back up the third with Carla Meat in there, Wendy Harrison and Emily Anderson-Sachs charging through. But the 3:24 on the GT machine, that's Jessica Stewart leading this one from Go to Woe as she heads towards that white line. And in there for the two, Nicole Thompson and Charlotte Tidswell will be a 3.
Okay, I think you'll find this will be the 31 machine of Violet Kurz Morris out in front as she swings out of the second turn. We've got Taylor Haggerty in there for the 2, another rider from the red centre. So plenty of riders out here today joining us for this first round of the National Cup here at this superb Sam Willoughby International Complex as our front runner swings out of the last turn. Violet Kurz Morris still under full control in this race. Haggerty chasing her down, Beams and Jackson in there as well. We've got a race on our hands for your 2 spot, but it's going to be Violet Kurz Morris. She'll take this one out in our 16 girls.
16 girls out and about the track, and have a look at that young lady of Mia Webster absolutely tearing the track apart and got a huge lead on the rest of them. Then we got Sarah, Haley, Ellie and Stephanie in there as well, all making their way down that third straight. But have a look at our front runner. She's a mile in front. That'll be Mia Webster. She's led that from Go to Woe and she makes her way towards the finish line. Good race from that young lady. Then we got Stephanie Tompkins in there for the 2 spot, and the transponders will sort the rest.
Right, next race on the cards, race 72 is still Moto 1. Will be our 11 to 12 boys cruiser. So the boys doing the double duties, going from the 20-inch to the 24 as they get locked and loaded into the pro gate. The gate drops down and it's a nice start come from young Tyler Hable. There he goes, airtime over the double through that short little double there, and they charge towards the triple into that first berm. So it's going to be your 2-4-8 in there, the 6A coming through for the 2. Jax O'Connell so puts a nice little move on the inside of Isaac Bays there as they charge back down the second straight. They're doing a good job out in front. There's young Isaac. Tyler Hable in there with Harry Rollins surround out as they charge back down the third straight and doing a nice job. Still in that 1 spot, doing good through there with the 2:65. That's Tyler Hable leading this one. Your 6A. Jax O'Connell come through. There's young Harry Rollins in there for the 2. That'll conclude our round for the cruisers.
All right, back into it with our 11 to 12 cruiser boys, and into the first turn, grabbing the whole shot was your 3N Luke Morris. And they round the second turn now. They're going to make their way onto the third straight. They're going to pump their way through there. So it's your 3N. It's followed there by Jarvis, the 97. And then there's a battle on 4, 3 and 4. Oh, your 97 rider goes low, but he just can't get in front of Luke Morris there. It is still your 3N rider, Morris. He's out in front now, but the transponders required for 2 and 3 as we're late charge on the outside.
All right, out of turn 2 already, the 13 and 14 boy cruisers. That'll be Cannon Hayes. Got all the talent in the family as he makes his way down that third straight. Right on the back wheel, that'll be Billy Van Hole. Then we got the rest of the field coming in and out of that last corner of Kobe, Jai and Billy in there as well as they make their way towards the finish line. But that'll be Cannon Hayes. He'll take the win in front of Van Hole. Transponders will sort the rest out as they make their way across the finish line. In and out of turn turn two already as they make their way down that third straight. 17 to 24 men. Out and about they go. The big 92 on the plate of Daniel Brooks Jr. Out and about they go. In and out of that last corner. Then we got the rest of the field. Aidan Fitzpatrick, Logan and Toby Fish in there as well. Good racing as we lose someone down that first straight.
I reckon we're into our 25 to 29 cruiser men now, as we did have a fallen rider on the first jump there. That is going to be the 602 machine of Wayne Sherwood. Put your hands together for him. But out in front, it's going to be a 3A of Tim Moylan. He's got the early lead now, followed in there by the 85 machinist Simon Cooper. And then it looks like our winner there is going to cross the line. That's Moylan with a 3A. Oh, that'll be 3A on the plate.
Right, so we jump into our cruiser 45-49, man. It's a nice start come from the wide line of Alistair Della cruising through, but it's the inside line. Look for the move as they take a bit of caution there. It's the 88 of Pierre Lodijensky cruising through with the 805 next in line. That's Ross Stanger as marching in. He loses the umbrella up here on the hill, but back to the action on the track. It's still our 88 of Pierre cruising through. Oh, Stanger, trust those wheels as he goes to the inside. Picks up a move there and he's jumping on the back wheel, so trying to make a race of it. Here's Ross Stanger there from Tea Tree Gully as they get to that final berm. He's looking high, he's looking low as they get on the cranks and away they go down that final straight. So Pierre just holds that one. Ross Stanger trying to jump in for the two with Alistair Della cruising through. We also had Trent Lumpton there and Justin York.
Right, moving into our 45 to 45 Nen, and boosting it over the first jump is your 2N Edward Venables. He's out in front now as he makes his way down the third straight. I reckon that might be Graham Roots with a 341. He's slotted into second place there. And then we've got the 74 machine of Adam Monsant in your third spot. But out in front, he's going to cross the line. It is your 2N Edward Venables. He's done this one over Graham Roots from the Cove BMX Club.
50 to 54 men on track, and it's none other the 477, the madman, Freddie Malik. Oh, Coach Malik leading this one out down the third straight away. The trophy hunter in there for the two, Wayne Jolly, the 83, trying to chase down Malik. Then we go back to the 71 machine in there for the three spot. That'll be done, but he's got company. He's got some heat on the back wheel. That'll be the 276 of Adams. I think you'll find Jeff Taylor in there as well. But as they head for home, it's going to be none other than the madman, Freddie Malik, who'll take the win. And it'll be the trophy hunter, Wayne Jolly, the 83 for your two.
All right, as we move into our 15 to 16 girls cruiser now. Couldn't pick up the plate, was same plate but different names. That's two 1Ns out in front. So won't be able to tell them apart, but that's 1N Georgie Venables and 1N Lucinda Venables, both from the Maitland BMX Club. I'm assuming they're related. And then followed in there in third spot by Tara Fitzpatrick, but if I say Venables is going to take the win, I'll be pretty close in this one.
Okay, we'll get our final race on the cards for our first lot of motos. 17 to 24 ladies are on track. We got Weatherhead, that'll be Latita, Kerry Wardley, Kitty Cristiano, Nicole Thompson, Carla Lauren and Adele Munro. But we'll pick up our front runner. She's already into the last turn. I think that will be 27 of Weatherhead. She swings out of the last turn. She'll work her way home as they head over the tabletop. It'll be Wardley, Cristiano, Thompson, Lauren and Adele Munro, but no one will catch Latita Weatherhead. I hope I got that one right. The 27 machine will take this one out. Final race for our first lot of motos. So hello to everyone at home joining us on our live stream today. We'll try and keep it pretty clean up here on the commentary turn. But don't go anywhere because we've got our big boys loading up in the gate on the 8-metre hill. First rack for our super class men in this one. We'll have the local boy Marcus Wiggy Wig, Alex Cameron, Damon Hocking, Swiatek in there, Corey Miller, Andy Hughes and Nathan Glab.
They slaps down on the Superclass men. Out and about they go. Wig, Cameron, Hockeys, Wiggy, Miller, Hughes and Glab. Down the first straight. Plenty of air underneath the wheel. That looks like Cameron got away with a blinder and he's got the whole shot. Down the second straight. Wiggy in there for the 2 spot. Looks like Andy Hughes for the 3 and grab. While we lose a couple of others. In and out of turn 2 they go. Down the third straight they go. It's still Cameron showing them how it's done. Here comes Wiggy Wig. He gets a little bit loose. Bit of white line fever there from Wig. Oh, hits the back wheel of Hughes. In and out of that last corner, but that'd be Cameron. He's led that from go the way with a clean ride. Looks like Hughes is in there for the 2 spot. Wig in there for the 3. Josh might have taken up the 4. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the fallen riders down their second straight, putting on a show for us today.
All right, gate drops on our Superclass men as they fly over the first jump and down the first straight they go. With a whole shot there, that looks like your World 1. That'll be Tommy Tucker out in front as they hit the pro straight up. In the air they go up and over that one. That's still Tucker out in front as he heads through the berm now. Let's see if they can get through this unscathed now. Oh, we've had couple pull alongside Tucker there. Oh, there's a bit of action there. So the 339, that's got a 369. Wade Turner, he's going to hit the front now in front of Tucker. Then we've got our 23 in there as well. But Wade Turner takes this one out over Tommy Tucker.
Okay, pretty stacked gate this one. Third rack for a Superclass man out in front. Looks like it'll be Turner. Jumps to the early lead. Rampaging Rose will slot him for the 2. Then we got Ollie Moran in there as well. Asmus Marsh fighting it out for the 4 and 5. I think you'll find as they work their way down the pro straight away now. And we've also got in there Moon and Watt, but it's still Turner. Moran now moves to the 3. Then we go back to Rosa. Asmus Marsh still holding on for the 5. And we've also got Moon coming and your 41 machine of Moon Watt. So we've dropped one there. It looks like that'll be a Marsh going down on the first straightaway. But as they work their way to the line, it's going to be the 747. And Booty Turner will take this one out from Moran and Asmus. So unfortunately dropping one down that first straightaway, and that would be 311 from Happy Valley, the local boy Joel Marsh, but he picks himself up. And he will head out of the third turn. So give him a round of applause as he works his way down the last straightaway. Yep, 311 from Happy Valley, Joel Marsh.
All right, another gate drops on our Superclass men as they fly over the first jump again. Out in front, who's it going to be? It is going to be your 2-3-2 of Matty Kravaskis. He's got the 1 spot. Hill looks like he's in there for 2. Battle on there, that might be Maxi Cairns in 3 as they hit the berm side by side. Cairns moves into 2 now, but it's still Kravaskis out in front as he leads this one over Maxi Cairns and Hill from the DK team now. But it's been all Matty Kravaskis out in front. He's going to lead this one down the final straight now. He'll take the win over Cairns and Hill.
And out and about they go. Have a look at them. That'd be Kennedy. Absolutely blew them apart down that first straight. Then we got the local boy of Tiswell. Then we got the rest of the field. Elton, Asmus, Howard, Southwell and McDermott. But it's all Isaac Kennedy. Got a huge lead on the rest of the group now as he makes his way down that third straight. Here comes Tiswell making a move through that third straight, holding on to the 2. In and out of that last corner, but that'll be Kennedy. He's led that from go to woe. Right behind him there we got Matty Tiswell, and transponders will saw the rest out as they make their way to the finish line. Hot racing there from the Superclass men.
All right, we've got our Superclass women out on track now. And who's it going to be with the early hole shot as they head into the first turn now? That looks like your 66 machine of Sienna Powell. She's going to take the early lead as they head down the second straight now. Can we also have our mini-wheelers to your starting positions? Let's have our mini-wheelers over as Sienna Powell makes her way onto the third straight now. She's got the early lead and she's going to be followed in there by the 33 machine of Taya Rufus. She's in your 2 spot now and the 741 of Lockwood's going to sit in 3 there. But across the line, it's all Sienna Powell from the Terrigal BMX Club with a win in her moto number 2.
Let's jump into our Superclass women. This is Moto 2 on the cards, and it's going to be the 241 out in front there. Bella May leading them down around the first berm. Come through. Georgia Potter in there for the 2. Then Gemma Lee Thomas in there for your 3. As we're missing Desiree Barnes there. Charging through, though, it's going to be Bella May leading this one as they come back down the third straight now. And Potter still sitting comfortably in there for the 2. So they straighten out as they charge down the third. So it's going to be your 241. Bella May leading this one from Go to Woe with Georgia Potter, the local girl, in there for the 2, and Gemma Lee Thomas will round out your 3 for Superclass women.
I've got a few best.
All right, we're going to move into our mini wheelers now.
Tammy just sent a message like, get everyone to stop.
All right, looks like we're going to line our mini wheelers up for their moto number 2. All right, looks like we're off to a start there, and that looks like Parker Whitley, who's got himself flying out of the gate now. Then we've got Kazali, Alice and Jack in this one. But Parker Whitley now, he's headed across the line, and he's going to finish out his moto number 2 for our mini wheelers.
Get on the track.
We're jumping to our junior Superclass. Nice side coming from the wide line there. I reckon it could be Preston Murray, and even further out wide, Samuel O'Grady. They charge into the first burn, taking a bit of caution there as they come outside. So it's going to be O'Grady leading the way now. Preston Murray tucks away in the 2. Looks like young Cameron Gadd from that wide line. He's coming through as they got a bit of a charge on the inside. So going nice and low and coming out the burn there. I reckon it could be the 4Q of Oliver Rivers picking up on that 3 now, but it's going to be the 7-5 leading this one from Go to Woe. Samuel O'Grady, Murray for the 2, then our 4Q of Rivers. Gap with a late charge. He's trying to sneak up on the inside. He might settle in there for your 4.
Superclass, junior Superclass men out and about. They got this young man needs no introduction. The one Australia of Josh Jolly. He's got this in control already. Make his way down that second straight. Julian Donald, Kobe Coles, Whitley, Copeland and Harris in there as well, making their way down that third straight, but it's all the one Australia of Jolly. He's led that from Go to Woe as he makes his way down towards the finish line. Then we got the rest of the field in there as well, which the transponders will sort out.
Okay, next gate for our junior Superclass men, Moto 2, and we've got Trey Tough and Tonka Tough out in front in the SA colours. So Toughen leading this one out, picking up the 2. We'll try and pick up the plate. It looks like it will be your 6, I think you'll find. Nice, your 5. So your 5 Australia, Jack Young, he'll be in there for the 2, but it's still Toughen, Young, Hines, Freeman, Botfield, Codd, Hart, Much, all fighting it out. But it was Tonka Tough, Trey Toughen, too strong in that one, takes a commanding win.
All right, another gate of junior Superclass women out on track there. We've got the 96 machine of Lauren Winter. She's going to grab herself the whole shot now as she makes her way down the second straight. Into the second turn they go now. They're on the pedals early and making their way down the third straight. It's still the 96 machine of Lauren Winter out in front. In the 2 spot, we've got the 31 machine of Violet Kurz Morris. And then we've got the 112 of Violet Dutko in your 3 spot. Oh, but there's a battle on here. We're going to need transponders for the win in this one. And it looks like from the inside, that might have been Violet making her way.
Just putting it out there, this is a dog-free, a smoke-free and a vape-free event, so please keep the vapes out, the smokes out, and definitely the dogs as we jump back on track now with our Superclass women. And it's going to be our front runner. I'll pick them up as they get closer now. I think it's going to be the 26 on board, Mia Webster. So she's leading it with the 53. Charlotte Guy coming through as they charge around. Nice low line through the berm. Fitzpatrick's got a bit of heat coming from the 264 of Scarlett Perry as they hit the line.
Right out on track, we're back with our 30-plus open wheel. That looks like the 360 machine of Jimmy Smith, the local boy from the Cove BMX Club. He's going to wind it up and head down that third straight. Looks like we've got Jumpin' Johnny Cobby in the 2 spot now, and the number 15, David Jackson, in the 3rd spot. But here comes the 666 machine of Marius, but all the way across the line on the back wheel, it's going to be Jimmy Smith from the Cove BMX Club taking this one out over Jumpin' Johnny Cobby.
Okay, next go for an open wheel 30-plus male, and none other than Matty Willoughby, the 389. So it's Willoughby out in front, leading this one as he makes his way through that big puddle of water, gets a big splash up, but it's going to be Willoughby, the 72 in there for the 2 spot, Wade Worth. Then we pick up the 302 of Hilliard, followed by the 17 of Drury, but no one's going to catch Willoughby in this one. Matty Willoughby will take the win from Happy Valley.
All right, we're going to move into our 8 boys now as they head round the first turn. That looks like it's going to be the 248 is on track. And then we've got the 344 in the 2 spot now. As they make their way onto the 3rd straight now, we've got a big battle on here for 1 and 2. The 344 machine holding out the 248. So the 344, that's Anderson Ritchie. And the 244, that's our leader. But Anderson Ritchie is going to move across the line and take the win in the 8 boys.
Oh, we jump into our second lot of 8 boys, and it's going to be Flying Ryan Sharkey. He's leading this one again after a good Moto 1. He's backing it up and doing it well out in front as he charges down the 3rd straight. Bit of a battle starting to form. They're trying to get on the back wheel, but coming through for the 2. I reckon that could be young Marshall Walker-Roller. No, it's not. It's young Ethan Fenton charging through. Then Jukey, the little dude, Kirkemeyer coming around with the 30. Next in line, Oliver Mace with a nice switchback. He's going to take it alongside the 301 and the 30 of William Petter to the line. I reckon Mace might hold the 4. Petter has to settle in there for your 5.
All right, we've got another gate of 8 boys out on track now, and that was going to be your 20 rider. That's Riley Lane. He's got the early lead as he makes his way down the 3rd straight. Battle on now for 2, 3 and 4 with a 70 machine. Joshua Scarth, he's rolling into 2, but on the inside line is the 446 of Fabian Simpson. He takes that 2 spot, but across the line we're going to have Riley Lane taking out another win in the 8 boys.
Straight up into the 9 boys, and it's going to be Jax O'Connell leading this one, but he's got a bit of heat coming, and that could be Freddie Coote leading it back. Gets that back to the 1 spot. So Freddie makes the move, trusts those wheels through the berm, and he's going to take it all the way, side-by-side action. So it's Coote on the inside on the wide line with the 3A. That's Jax. He goes a high-low, and they get on the cranks nice and hard. So side-by-side, they're about to hit the rider in front from the previous, but it's going to be our 3A. Jax O'Connell comes on strong down the final straight. He'll take your win.
All right, here we are moving into our 9 boys. We've got a few A-platers in this one now as they make their way onto the 3rd straight. That was going to be your 2A rider Brooks leading this one from Nate Wensky in the 2 spot now. And then on the outside we have the 5 rider. That's going to be your 1V. 1N Joe Deegan. But our leader now, that is still Ryder Brooks from the Knox BMX Club, but Wensky taking him right to the line. Might need to check transponders for that one.
Right, our 3rd lot of 9 boys. A nice little battle forming out the front. We got young Chase Cameron from Gawler. He's the wide line. He's coming alongside the big 6A of Braxton Burdett as he charges through. So Chase looking nice and low. Brax covers his line nicely and trying to get on the action too. I reckon that could be a young rider as well as they charge on through and make their way towards the line, but the battle out the front, all the way to the line, and that's going to be Braxton with your win.
All right, we've got our 10 boys out on the track, and that's going to be your leader now. That looks like Brodie Wilmot. He's going to grab one spot in the 10 boys as he makes his way into the final turn. Then we've got the 3E sitting in 2 spot. That'll be Mason Park. And then we've got Felix Schammel. He's 3rd spot. But across the line, taking another win, Brodie Wilmot.
Let's get back in. The 10 boys out on track. So a nice even start there. Getting a little bit loose over the first double is Jaden Bradbrook, but he gets the horsepower down. He's going to hold the 1 coming in that first berm. Coming through for the 2 with the 7A on the play. Jack Gibson, nice work corner there. Coming from young Zayden Height. So he picks up a position there as he charges through. That's our Gawler rider out wide of Tyson Kruger as they charge down. And our red centre rider of Jake Cole and John Colby cruising through. I reckon Height's picked up another. So he's picked up 2 in a straight and he's charging down the 3rd, but Bradbrook leads this one nice and smooth out in front with the 1SA. The 7A coming through, Jack Gibson, then the battle starting to form for the 3. It's a 134 of Jakey Cole. He goes out wide. Height trusts the wheels on the inside and charges through. He might hold on for your 3, so Colby cruising through. Jakey Cole settles for your 4, and we had Ashton Sarni cruising through as well.
All right, we've got our 10 boys back out on the track, and I reckon that was the 2N of Kobe Butterfield who split the middle there and grabbed the lead. He's got Jackie Roots in there for company. Then we've got the 668 machine in your 3 spot. 689, that's Ramsey Edwards. Look at the battle to the line now. It's going to be Butterfield, followed in there by Roots. And they're going 1-2, but at Butterfield, the 2N will take the win in this one.
We go into our 10 boys, and I reckon it's going to be young Chase Hutchins leading this one on the Speedco machines. They turn and burn back up the 3rd. In there for the 2, I reckon Jude the Dude Daff cruising through nice and strong through there in your 2nd spot. So it's the 4SA, then the 6 coming through. Next in line with the 19 is Nixon Keynes charging through. And then we've got the 8, well, we got 829 of Charlie Van Leerop cruising through with a 512 of Kobe Roberts next in line. This one's going to go to Chase Hutchins.
All right, we move into our 11 boys. Moto number 2. We'll pick them up as they head towards us now. Down the 3rd straight they go. Look at them pump through there. This is a skinny digit out in front. That's going to be your 1A of Hatfield. Followed in there by, that might be the Raging Bull of Asian Ashcroft. Picked him up there in the 2 spot, but it's all going to be your 1A. That is Toby Hatfield. He's going to take the win over Ashcroft in your 11 boys.
Second straight in the turn 2. That'll be Chase Flax. He's got the whole shot. Then we got the rest of the group in there as well. Zerk, Tainer, Davies, Cameron, Minson, Bradshaw, in Gemmo. How do you say that one? In and out of the last corner, but have a look at our front runner, the 2V of Chase. He's got that one. Looks like he's got that all wrapped up as he makes his way to the finish line. Good racing there from the 11 boys.
All right, another gate of 11 boys. I picked them up as they headed around the first turn. The first number I saw was a 276 of Jonty Woodburn. He's got your early lead now as they head round the second berm there as the rain is still pouring down here. Through the 3rd straight they go. That is still... Oh, we've had a lead change there. That's going to be your 27. Harrison Regan has now taken the lead. And he's got... bit of company in there as they head down the back straight, but over the line it's going to be Harrison Regan with a win.
Right, we go to our 11 boys. I reckon that might be Benny Forster leading the way. Bit of action out the front, side by side. Had to get on the brakes there to avoid a bit of a wheel rub, but leading the way. I reckon we've got a bit of a change out front. No, it's not. That's 97 Jarvis Mangan cruising through. Here comes the 8A on the plate of Benny Forster charging through with a 106 on the back, not on the sheet, as a bunch up. So a good race coming here for our 11 boys.
All right, we're going to pick up our 12 boys now as they head around the turn and down the third straight they go. Going to have to pick them up. That might be Harvey Brooks, I reckon, out in front, followed in there by the 101 of Eli Schroeder. Then we've got Charlie Daff in the 3 spot. But it's going to be all 887 Harvey Brooks from the Knox BMX Club. He's going to take another win as he heads across the stripe.
That'll be 12 boys out on the track and already in the way into turn 2. That'll be 2V of Tyler. He's got the whole shot. Then we got the rest of the field. Oliver, Isaac, Max, Jared and Judge Hilbrand in there as well. Looks like he's sliding in there for the 2 spot now. Bit of weight line fever there from Jub. That's racing. Bit of weight line fever in and out of that last corner. But that'll be our front runner, the 2V. He'll take the win there of Tyler. Then we got the young man in there of Hilbrand. He'll take the 2 spot. Transponders will saw the rest. 12 boys on the track already as we lose another commentator. In and out of turn 2 down that third straight. Our front runner goes. That'll be Jet Betts, a local boy. He's got the whole shot running it in. Then we got the big 77X of Rolands. Fisher, Van Porten, Smith, Ayres and Knox in there as well. Down towards the finish line. Side by side they go. Looks like Betts will get the win there. Transponders will finalise that and sort it out.
All right, another gate of 12 boys, and that looks like it's RL136 Riley Lawrence who's got off to the early lead as he makes his way down third straight now. Hard to pick up the numbers from undercover here, but that looks like your 4A of Heath Cully. He's going to be out in front there, followed by the 43 machine. That's going to be 48 machine of Lachlan Kirk. But across the line with a win, it is RL136 Riley Lawrence.
All right, we jump into our 13 boys. A nice start coming from our 1A, Fraser Vaughan. He's got a paddock between him and 2. But coming through for the 2, good to see him on the bike. Diesel Farrow. So he rolls his way around, heading towards the line. Bit of heat coming now from the 3 on the back as they charge down towards the white stripe. Oh, picked the transponders up. I reckon he got picked on the line.
All right, looks like we've moved into our 13 boys now. Down the third straight they go as we pick them up past the commentary tower here. Can I see the numbers from here? Who's it going to be? That might be the 66 machine. Oh, I can't really tell from here, but that looks like Hayes making a move on the outside there. But he's sitting in that 3 spot now as a 13 boys cross the line.
Well, we go and see another rack of 13 boys, and I reckon it's going to be Winston Richards leading this one down the third straight, so he gets out nice and strong, coming through for the 2 with the 7A. Billy Van Howe sits in there with the 277 of Jai Harvey as they jump off the cranks just to get through that last burn nice and smooth as they jump back on with the 46 on the plate. Cruising through, we got Mitchell Grayson there, Liam Much with Braden Ducko for your 3.
All right, we're still on with our 13 boys now as they're making their way down the third straight. That's going to be the 330 machine of Butson, I reckon that'll be, as he makes his way around the turn now, followed in there by Angus Roberts from the Jindabyne BMX Club. But Thomas Butson as he takes the win in his 13 boys.
Don't be shy, your mother wasn't last night.
Okay, picking up the next gate for our 14 boys. We got Pyatt in this one. Gat, Brown, Picken and Bailey. But it's going to be your well number 4, Cameron Gat, as he heads in the last turn. We got the 1 SA of Picken in there for the 2. And looks like it will be the 24 machine of Jay Brown from Shepparton for your 3. Good little battle going on behind between Pyatt and Bailey. And they will be your next 2 over the line. But it was Cameron Gat with a nice win in that one over Jaden Picken.
All right, we're out on track with our 15 boys now. Through the second berm, they're going to head and down the third straight now. Who's that going to be into the berm there? That looks like that's your 5A of Jack Young. He's got the early lead now. as they make their way down. Looks like he's just lost that spot, and we have a rider on the outside who's going to take the win. All right, we had another 15 boys out on track as we have riders down in the first turn. And they're going to make their way down the third straight. Pick them up as they head past now. That's the 46 machine. That's going to be Cody Manganaro. And then he's followed in there by your Wireless rider on the outside. But Manganaro across the line for another win.
Give that to Sam.
Looks like it might come from that right turn. So Jesse, you play. We're going to start. I'm going to have to mix the mics back here.
All right, hands together now for our fallen riders as they make their way around to finish their lap. So that was a 1:11 Peter for Kravaskas. And then it looks like that's the 2:30 of Preston Murray just making his way off the track now.
Take a bit together.
Back out on track with some 16 boys, and that's going to be the 75 machinist Sammy O'Grady getting the early hole shot there, and he's got Jai Copeland in there for company. He's in the 2 spot now as they head into the second berm. Down into the third straight they go. That's still O'Grady out in front, followed in there by Jai Copeland. In the 3 spot there, we've got the 139. That'll be Julian, but still out in front. Going to lead this one from Godawo is O'Grady as he hits the line now for a win.
Next gate for our 16 boys. Second moto for these guys. We got Jolly leading this one out from your 2 Australia. I reckon that could be Kaylin Harris in there for the 2. And we've got Booby, Gooch, Winter, Miller, Hart and Hines. But it's still going to be your current 1 Australia jumping Josh Jolly. The 2 looks like he's still holding down the 2 spot, and the 17 not too far behind him. So your 2 will be Harris, followed by the 17 of Winter. But it's going to be Josh Jolly taking it to the stripe. The 2 will go to your 2 Australia of Harris and Winter for 3.
All right, we move into our 17 to 24 men now, and they look like the 187 machine of Hegarty, who got out to the early lead, and that'll be Tompkins from the Gawler BMX Club in your 2 spot, followed in there by, that'll be El Byrne from Happy Valley in the 3 spot now. But so far it's all your 187, Declan Hegarty. He's going to lead this one across the line in front of Tompkins.
Okay, picking up our front runner in the next gate for 17 to 24 men, and it'll be Ty Bastian, the 238 from Happy Valley. So Ty will lead this one into the last turn. Dan Brooks Jr., 911 in there for the 2, and it looks like we will have the 7N of Jaden Morris for the 3. We also got Blake Met, Jack Thorpe in there as well, and Kit Williams and Jaden Morris, but taking it to the stripe. Ty Bastian will pick the win up in this one from Daniel Brooks Jr.
All right, into our another gate of 17 to 24. Looks like it's the big dog Braden Porter who's led this one from Godawo so far. Then we might have Max Rose in there for 2. But so far, Porter, he's going to lead this one. But the late charge on the line might leave that one to the transponders. Couldn't pick that from here.
Okay, 25 to 29, man. We got Harvey Sill, Jason Bloxard, Bailey Stewart, and Aaron Wheatland from Mildura. But that's going to be Nate Sill out in front. The 21 machine in there for the 2. That's going to be Weedy looking for the 3 spot, and it's going to be the 441 of Harvey. Good battle going on behind. The 928 of Jason just holding off Stewart. But as we get back to the front, Nathan Sill will take this one out from Weedy and Harvey.
All right, we are on track with our 35 to 39 men. So the one I picked up so far, leading the way, is your 2A, Tim Moylan. He's got the early lead. He's going to be followed in there by the 111 machine of Luke Houston. But across the last set of doubles, our leader goes, and that is Tim Moylan taking the win over Luke Houston.
Full gate 8 in this one, our 40 to 44 men. Cristiano got out a cracker in this one, and he will jump to the early lead. So it's going to be Lukey Cristiano from Frankston as the rest of the group try and follow him through. But it's going to be Cristiano through the tabletop, through the next set of doubles, nice and clean now. So he's jumping his way down the second straightaway, and he is clearing out in front. Cristiano from Frankston as the rest of the field try and chase him down. They'll work their way out of the second turn now, but no one's going to catch Cristiano on this one. If it's going to be the 2. Oh, getting a bit sketched there was the 63, the 83 machine, and tries to hold it together. That was the 63, I think, of Damien Banco. Whitling in there as well. Cooper, Gosling, Dowse, Watson and Peace. That might be Watson in there for the 3, but it's a big win to Luke Cristiano.
All right, out on track, we've got our 45 to 49 men. And the one I picked up so far looked like Alistair Della, who got himself the whole shot there, but the battle is on. We'll pick him up as they head round the turn now. Looks like he's just been beat to the line, the corner there by Pierre Lojanevsky. And Pierre's going to head across the line and take the win in this one in front of Alistair Della.
Oh, Petey Rogers got away with a blinder in this one and jumped to the early lead from Cross Keys. Pete Rogers will lead it out. Got the 257 of Button in there as well. Brian Dunn, Jeff Taylor, Brad Belletti, and Anino Varicella. And there's still none other than Pete Rogers in front, but a good little battle going on behind. It's the 257 of Button trying to hold off our challenge there. Maybe it might have been the 71, maybe a Brian Dunn, but still out in front. Pete Rogers has led this one from go to woe, and he will take a big win in that one. Our 50 to 54 men. Great race in there from Petey Rogers.
All right, now we're back to our 5 and under sprockets as they make their way down the start hill. Over the first jump they go. They're going to rock and roll through the triple now, and that's going to be the 705 machine of Smithson again. All right, that's Smithson out in front. He's going to make his way through the doubles there. We're going to pick up our 21. That's Hayden Lane. That looks like Caden Thompson, who's making his way down in third now. Then we've got Caleb Newby in this one as well. But look, all the way up the front is Smithson. He's flying around the wet track here at the Sam Willoughby International BMX facility for round 1 of the Oz Cycling National Cup. But it's all Smithson. He's about to head into the final turn now. He's going to wind it up and send it home in front of the 21 machine of Hayden Lane. And that'll be Caden Thompson.
We got another gate of our young superstars on track, our 6 Rocket Boys, and we might have a battle on our hands in this one as Edge tries to jump on the back wheel of our early leader. We'll try and pick up the plates now as they head at us here on commentary turn, and we'll try and pick up the plate. Looks like it will be the 324 machine of Murphy Cooper. So it was Cooper with the lead, but they've got a bit of lap for a rider from the previous race to negotiate their way past as the battle was unfolding, but it was going to be Edge chasing down Murphy Cooper. So it'll be Cooper will get it from edge. And then we go back to the 373 of Radigan in there as well. We also had Cooper Armstrong and Levi Roberts.
All right, looks like we're going to pick up our 7 sprockets as they make their way down the second straight. That's going to be the 142, Caden Butterfield. He's going to lead this one right out of the second turn now as they hit the third straight. Over the tabletop they go. Look at him on the pedals. He's not missing a beat here. That's the 142 machine of Butterfield. In the 2 spot now, we'll pick them up as they head past. That looks like the 472. That's going to be Will Rogers. He's in your 2 spot. But it's all Butterfield in this one as he flies to the line.
Okay, we got our young ladies on track. 7 sprocket girls. We got Zali Thompson, Azalea Hyatt, Lola Kitchen, Leah Fredgold, Evie Jenner, Chloe Martin, and Alice Bloxgard, the 132 from Gawler. And we got a good little battle unfolding in the second turn now as our front runner tries to keep it nice and low. She doesn't want to let her fellow rider make her way past now. So the 2 are broken away out in front as the peloton tries to chase them down. So we've got a battle going on down the first straightaway. Moves being made for the lead now. Oh, nearly coming together, our 2 young ladies. We'll try and pick up the plate on the front runner. It's the 102 versus the 225. So as they swing out of the last turn, the 102, Evie Jenner leading out from the 109. I think it was Chloe Martin. We got Thompson, Hyatt, Kitchen, Fred Gold, Bloxlard fighting it out. But as they head for the line, who's it going to be? It looks like it will be the Happy Valley jersey, I think, taking it to stripe, Evie Jenner. Great riding there from our young ladies, 7 sprocket girls.
All right, we've got our 8 girls out on track now, and leading the way from the Cove BMX Club is the 151 of Ellie Thompson, followed in there by another Cove rider doing it for 5 components today. That is Kimberly Zeta. She's in your 2 spot. And then we've got the 237, Lucy Bloxgard. She's in 3rd. But Ellie Thompson crosses the line for the win, followed by Zeta.
Okay, we've got our 8 girls. Moto 2, we've got Scadden, we've got Indy, Hallie Wensky, Esther Duff and Penelope Blackwell. But out in front, that will be maybe Blackwell trying to pick up the plate, or is it the 173? I think it was. So it was Indy from Narang. Then we follow it up. That'll be in there for the 2, Esther Duff, but she's got Blackwell behind her. Then we go back to Wensky in there as well. And Aria Scadden, great riding there. The 320 from Happy Valley, where they won't catch a young lady from Narang. Indy, the 173, will take a nice win in our 8 girls. Okay, our 9 girls Moto 2 up and running. We'll pick up the leader in the first turn. We've got some big plates in this one. We've got the 1 Australia from Narang, Abby Hackett, Carly Jenny, your 2SA, Eva Cully in there as well, Josie Bunt, Mackie Lupton, Winter Bradshaw and Kenzie Daly, the 13 machine in our 9 girls. Look at them bunching up tight behind the leader now. We'll try and pick up the plate of our front runner. We have got your current 1 Australia out there, Abby Hackett. Is she out in front or has she got some work to do? We'll pick up the plate and looks like it will be a 1 Australia. So it is going to be Hackett behind her, the 13 Daly. We've also got Jenna in there as well. Carly Lupton and Bradshaw all fighting it out, but they won't catch our front runner. Abby Hackett will take this one out in our 9 girls.
All right, we move into our 10 girls now. The number I picked up was, that might be your 3-0. That might be Mila Bax, followed in there by Alicia Babanoidis from the Cove. But that is your 30 rider. She's out in front, that's Mila Bax. She's going to head to the stripe and take this one by a fast finishing Babs.
Right, let's go into our 11 girls, and a nice start coming from Matilda Taylor. She leads them up the 3rd straight now as they start to bunch up. A nice move coming on the inside of the track. So they're going side by side. I reckon the 1 spot's been taken. That's coming from the 2-8 of Maya Wellman. She gets to the last berm in the 1. Taylor chasing for the 2 as they turn a berm. Don't throw out the 2 on the back there. Coming from Jasmine Kitchen as they charge down to the line. The battle out the front. Wellman and Taylor leave it to the transponders, too close to call.
All right, now we are going to move into our 11 girls again. Who's that going to be out in front there? That could be the 350. That'll be Maya Ellis. She's going to lead this one into the final straight now. She's going to head through the doubles and across the line. It'll be all Mayor Ellis in this one as she takes the win in the 11 girls.
Okay, we'll step it up a class now. 12 girls on track. We got Zoe Weatherhead, Ruby, Molly, Olivia and Isabella Scadden in this one. But out in front looks like it will be the 13 machine, the 53, sorry, of Molly Williamson. Then we got the 27 followed by the 507. So the 27 will be Zoe Weatherhead. The 587 Ruby will be the next one in line. And it will be Nickel and Scadden trying to make some moves out of the last turn, but they won't catch a front runner taking it the stripe.
All right, now into our 12 girls, and that's going to be the 42 machine, Matilda Guy. She leads it over your 3V, that might be, or your 6SA Sheridan Picken. But they're going to make their way across the line. But again, it's the 42 machine, Matilda Guy, taking this one out.
All right, let's go into our 13 girls on track. They're already coming back up the third straight. Good battle out the front, coming from the 25 of Holly Ann Jackson and the 4 on the plate from Briley Dowse as they turn and burn down the last straight as they start to charge through. But it's going to be Briley Dowse leading this one. It could be Giuliano, I don't know. But it's a 4 on the plate and on the jersey. Too far away to see.
We're going to have to pick up our 13 girls out on track now. And I'll pick them up. That looks like your one, and that might be Venables out in front. I can see Amy Main in the 3 spot there. But that might be your World 6 of Alexander with a win, followed in there by Venables.
Okay, we've got our 15 girls on track now. We've got Lucinda Venables, Violet Ducko, Scarlett Perry, Bella Jackson, Monique Hill, and Shirley White, the 28 machine. Shirley, unfortunately, putting it down in the first moto, but she's back on it, and she's chasing down our front runner, the 112, and that will be the young lady, Violet Ducko from Macarthur. So Ducko, and we'll have White still in there for your 2 spot. Then we go back to the 1 on the back of the jersey there. We can't tell who that is. And in the front plate, that might have been a Perry. Jackson was in there as well, Monique Hall, but it was great racing there from Violet Dutko. Okay, 15 girls, this will be our next gate, and they're already out of the last turn. Longbottom, Tuffin, Davis, Winter, Hayward and Fitzpatrick in this one, but as they race to the line, I missed them, they were going too fast for us out of the last turn. That might have been Longbottom or Winter.
All right, we just need to make another reminder that unless you are a competitor on your bike racing, masks are mandatory into the venue today so we can get these rounds of the National Cup done. We are working under a COVID-safe plan, so masks are mandatory.
Let's go to our 14 girls. That's a 1A on the plate coming down to the line. That'd be Milan Bradshaw cruising through as the rest of the girls of Ashley Pearce, Caitlin Oggers, Charlie Roberts, Lillian Hodges, Charlotte Zirk and Ava Sparrow cruise through. As we go into our 17-24 women on track as they start charging back down the third straight now on the plate with the 324s. Jessica Stewart leading the way with a 21 coming through of Wendy Harrison. Next in line, Charlotte Tidswell as they back it off through that last berm. And Isabella Zirk cruises through. She's next in line. The 63 of Emily Anderson cruising through to round out with the 17 on the back of Carla Meat. And the 21 next in line, Nicole Thompson.
All right, 16 girls out on the track, and out to a flyer was the 26 machine of Mia Webster. She's flown the coupe in this one as she is already around the final turn. And in the 2 spot, looks like it's going to be your 4N Hayley Morris. In the move there was, looks like the 23 machine of Isabella Beams. But across the line already is Webster taking the win in your 16 girls.
All right, next go for our 16 girls. It was a 31 machine with the whole shot. Violet Kurz, Morris, Tompkins, who's up in the action as well. But it looks like she's been pushed back to the 3 now. That might be Harrison, Jackson or Hegarty who made the move. As we go back to our front runner, nothing changed because it's still Violet Kurz, Morris out in front. The 2 looks like that will be the 68 machine. That's going to be Hegarty, so Taylor Hegarty. But Tompkins hasn't given up yet. She's still in there for the 3. Then we go back to 259 of Ellie Harrison and the final rider, Millie Jackson. But back to the the front of the field. Violet Kurz, Morris, too strong. The 31 machine will take the win in this one, 16 girls.
All right, in this one here, looks like we've got a couple of flyers out front. That look like Ramsey Edwards and Luke Morris as they make their way around the second turn now and head down that third straight. We'll pick them up as they head past me now. That's still going to be the 689 machine of Edwards out in front, but he's got a bit of company there. On the back wheel is Luke Morris. They're going to round the turn now and head to the line. Morris is going to try and wind it up round the outside. We're going to lead the transponders for this one. Who's it going to be? That'll be Edwards and Morris checking scores for the result in that one.
So going to 11-12 boys cruiser. We got 5 out on track. Young Harry Rollins cruising down the third straight now. Joe Degnan, Jax O'Connell, Javis Mangan, and then Tyler Hable. But out the front with the big 2 on the play. That could be a young Joe Degnan doing a nice job there. Come through the red line machine. Tyler Hable, nice late move there as he charges back up into the 4th. But they head towards the line. Nice ride from young Job in this one.
All right, we've got our 13-14 boys cruiser out on front, and I can pick the leader in this one a mile away. That is your 6A, Billy Van Hout. He's followed in there by... that might be the 56 machine of Cannon Hayes. 2 buddies there going to wind it up and go to the line together. So far, Van Hout still in front, but look at Hayes on the charge. Who's going to get this one? Couldn't tell from here.
Going to our 17-24 cruiser, plenty of style out the front there, coming from the 94 machine of 92. Daniel Brooks Jr., I should say, on the daylight machine with the 94 next in line. Toby Fish with Aidan Fitzpatrick coming through for your 3, and rounding out with the 476 Logan Monster.
Right, this might be our 25 to 29 men out on the track, and we'll pick them up as they head their way down the third straight. I reckon that's going to be your 3A of Tim Moylan. He's cleared out in this one as he heads round the final turn. He's going to have the, that look like the 85 machine of Simon Cooper in there for 2. But across the line with a big win in this one again is your 3A, Tim Moylan.
All the way from Maitland, leading this one out, a cruiser, 45 to 49 man. We got Edward Venables, so it's Venables, Rootsy back in there for the 3, but we're looking for the 2. We'll try and pick up the plate on the second place getter as they work at us here on the commentary turn, and looks like that might have been 341 or 74 maybe of Adam Monsart. There's York in there as well, or might have been Della, but as we cast our eyes back to the front runner, Edward Venables from Maitland, he'll take this one out in our cruiser, 45 to 49.
All right, we've got another race out on the track. That's going to be your 805er Ross Stanger doing it for your 45 to 49 cruiser men, followed in there by Pierre Lojanowski. And then we've got the 55 rider in there. But across the line, 805 from the Gully BMX Club is Ross Stanger with a win.
Right, let's go into our 50 to 54 men, I reckon it is. And it's got Brett Malik leading this one out in the 1 spot there with the 477 on the plate. Coming through for the 2, rolling with the 83. That's Wayne Jolly as they get around that last berm. Then cruising through Noel Adams, Jeff Taylor and Brian Dunn. But out in front, leading from go to woe is going to be Brett Malik.
All right, we now have our 15 to 16 girls cruiser out on the track again. Oh, caller's dream, this one here out in front. We've got the 1N and the 1N, so that'll be Lucinda Venables and Georgie Venables. Can't tell who's who, but Venables is in the lead. Then we've got the 38 machine of Fitzpatrick in your 3 spot as they head round the final turn now. But is your 1N of Venables who's going to take this one out.
Okay, the big wheels are still spinning around the track because we've got our 17 to 24 cruiser ladies, Weatherhead in this one. We've also got Lauren Cufferson, Kerry Wardley, Adele Munro, Nicole Thompson, Matt and Cristiano. But out in front, it looks like that'll be the 27 machine of Latita Weatherhead. I think she picked up a win in our last moto, and that might be the... try and pick up the second place getter, Adele Munro possibly. And it will be none other than Latita Weatherhead will take this one out in our cruiser 17 to 24 ladies.
But before we move into our next lot of motos and head up to the 8 metre gate, just make sure we are wearing our masks as per the COVID safe plan for the event here today. We're back up to the 8 metre hill with our superclass riders back on track.
Yeah, you got the new one?
Down on the male superclass, out about to go, plenty of air underneath the wheel. Looks like Kaveskas could have the whole shot. Here comes Maniac Marsh. Oh, fair bum play on. That'll be Joel Marsh. He's got the whole shot. Right behind him, we've got Mas Kaveskas, Tucker, Hocking, Wig, Asmus, Cooper. Down to the second straight, in and out of turn 2, down the third straight. It's all Maniac Marsh. He's got the whole shot. He's smooth, he's fast, he's as smooth as glass as he makes his way down that third straight. Kaveskas slips in there for the 2 spot. Wig in there for the 3. In and out of that last corner to the finish line. And that'll be Joel Marsh. He'll take the win there in front of Matt Kaveskas and Marcus Wig.
Okay, second rack, superclass men, Fox, Hill, Swiatek, Rosa, Asmus, House and Gibbons. But it's going to be the local boy. Come on, make some noise. Rampaging Rosa in the Speeco colours. He's going to lead this one out. Into turn number 2, it's going to be the 391 Hill. But he's got company. He's got one coming thick and fast. That might be Asmus. We've also got Howarth, Gibbons, Swiatek and Fox. But it's still the 32 machine. It's all Speeco out of the last turn. It's Rosa, Asmus, still all over the back wheel of Hill, and don't forget the young gun Howarth coming fast, but it's going to be Rosa 1, Hill 2, Asmus 3, and Howarth will take the 4.
Jumping into the next game, we've got a stack one here. We've got Bodie Turner on the inside, the jumper out wide. That's going to be Cairns, and Tidswell tucks in. They go side by side as they jump back on that second straight, so it's going to be Cairns leading the way over the doubles now. In there for the 2 with a 7:47. That's Bodie Turner with the magic man of Tidswell sitting in there nicely for your 3 as they turn and burn up the 3rd. So a bit of a move being made. It's going to be Tidswell Turner. They're going to go side by side in the last berm, trying to get on the foil. 6-2 of Maxi Cairns as they cruise on through. Back on the last straight, but Maxi Cairns, he's going to hold on, get you a win in this one with Turner and Tidswell.
All right, another go to Superclass drops, and it's none other than your number 7, Isaac Kennedy, who's gone and taken the lead. He's going to hit up the pro straight number 2. On the pedals, he gets in between, jumping his way through there. Kennedy's clear out in front now as he makes his way around the second berm. He's going to head into the 3rd straight now. So far in this one, it's all Isaac Kennedy. And then we've got the 2-3 machine in there. That's Joshua McDermott in your 3rd spot now. Oh, we've got our tempo rider sat in there for 3, but across the stripe, Isaac Kennedy with a clear win in this one.
Gate slaps down to the superclass man now and about they go down the first straight. Who's in front? Wouldn't have a clue. I'm rambling too much rubbish, but that'll be Oliver Moran. He's got the whole shot. Then we got the 977 and 17 on the plate of Andy Hughes. Looks like Turner in there for the 3. Southwell, Rocks, McNair and Org in there as well. In and out of turn 2 they go now, and have a look at them fly. It's Moran. Here comes Hughes making a move now. Bit of weight line fever down that 3rd straight. In and out of the last corner they go now. And that looks like Moran will take that in front of Hughes. Turner will round up our top 3. Transponders will sort the rest.
Brought to you by the City of Marion. We've got our superclass ladies back on track, and it's going to be the 33 machine, Taya Rufus. Oh, she's turned the afterburners up down the 2nd straightaway. She is clearing out in this one. We got the 512, Gemma Lee Thomas in there for the 2. Stagg and Ellie Anderson station there for the final spot. But back to our front runner, it's still the 33 machine. I tell you what, this young lady, she knows how to ride a bike. The 33 machine, in and out of the last turn she'll go. It's going to be Taya Rufus. The 2 still belongs to Gemma Lee Thomas. Stagg for the 3, and Anderson will round out the field, but 2 strong. Taya Rufus will take this one out.
Right, right, moving into our Superclass women, that's going to be Sienna Powell. She's flown down the first straight. Through the second straight she goes. That is a 66 machine from the Terrigal BMX Club. She's leading this one into the third straight now. So that's Sienna Powell out in front now. Clear lead as she makes her way down the third straight. In second spot, we have the 241 machine of Bella May. But it's all Sienna Powell as she heads across the line with a win.
So we look down to our last straight. Our mini wheelers again locked and loaded. We've got the 4 on track. We've got Parker Whitley, Elise Bradbrook, Jack Johns and Casely Height. It looks like we got 3 anyway. Gate drops a nice start there from Orion Whitley. He gets out of the gate nice and strong. Bradbrook alongside. And I reckon young Casely Height, she's on the outside line doing it for the Factory Fox team as our mini wheelers get the Foot Falcons cranking down that last straight and they can hit the white. Get some lollies, get juiced up for their final one to come after. But that's the future of BMX right there from our mini wheelers.
I'm commentating, I don't need it. Shut up or leave. How's that one, eh? That's how I get away with it. You've got to be quiet up here too, because everything you say comes through here and it's coming on live TV.
That's down on the junior Superclass. Oh, about they go. Have a look at them. That looks like it could be a Kyle Fox. He got a long shot. Have a look at him go now. Down that first straight. Cody, Botfield, Winter, Whitley, Jolly, Murray, Hines and Harvey in there as well. In and out of them. Sorry, you got the long one. That'll be 75 on the plate. O'Grady, he's led that from go to O. Then we've got the rest of the field in there as well. Tyler, Bodie, Trey Tubber, Max Freeman, AJ Oliver and Cody.
I reckon we got a Gat in there. He's leading the way. I haven't got all my sheet here, but we'll pick it up as they come around onto the third. So it's going to be our world number 4 leading the way as we pick up. Oh, here we are. I'm on the right page now. So it's going to be Cameron Gat cruising through. I reckon that's a 445. Jack Copeland in there for the 2. 199. Bit of a move behind there, but Cameron Gat leading this one from go to woe.
Right, looks like we have skipped a couple of motos and we are now into the junior Superclass women. We'll try and pick them up as they make their way past us now. Heading down third straight they go. We'll pick them up. That's going to be the 76 machine of Sienna Richmond, followed in there by Violet Kurz Morris in year 2. That's going to be Lauren Winter in there for 3 as the battle is on. 76, that's Sienna Richmond. She's going to lead this from go to woe and cross the line for a win.
Okay, next rack for our Superclass ladies, and I reckon that might have been Milan Bradshaw with the early lead in this one, but the little pocket rocker, Mia Webster, she has one in up down the third straightaway, so it looks like it'll be Webster now taking the lead over. So the early lead, was the 53 machine of Guy. Then we've got the 28, not too far behind in there for the 3 spot. That'll be Shirley White, Ducko in there as well, and Longbottom and Guy, but it's going to be Mia Webster. What a ride. She'll take this one out, your 26 machine in our junior Superclass ladies.
We've moved into our 30 plus open wheel, and that's going to be the 360. That's Jimmy Smith from the Cove BMX Club. He's in the lead now, and then we've got the 199 machine of Andrew Jackson. He's sitting in your 2 spot at the moment. But as we go down the final straight, it is all the 360 machine of James Smith going to take another win in this one.
I go to our second lot of our open 30-plus male, and it's a nice battle. We got Willoughby in there, Cobby sitting in for the 3, Wade Worth and Jake Hilliard as they come down, but it's going to be Willoughby bonking his way through. They might open the door for the 72 of Wade Worth. He goes high and low, gets on the cranks nice and hard there. So it's a drag race to the white stripe. Willoughby on the outside, but coming on the inside is going to be Wade Worth to pinch the win with Cobby. Come through for your 3.
Right, we're going to move into our 8 boys, and it looks like we had the Edge machine. That's the 149. That might be Lincoln Edge. He's out in front as they go side by side out of the second turn now. But that'll be Edge still out in front. We'll pick up our riders as they hit the final berm now. That's going to be your 70 machine in the 2 spot. That's Joshua Scarf. He's picking up your 2 at the moment, but it's all the 149 machine of Lincoln Edge doing it for Factory 1-1 today. He's going to take the win in your 8 boys.
We go to our next gate of 8 boys. I think it's going to be Anderson Ritchie leading this one. He's got a nice little gap from him to the 2 as he starts making his way down the 3rd straight. I reckon it could be young Oliver Mace in there from Cross Keys sitting in there nicely for the 2. Battle for the 3 though, starting to warm up. It's Ethan Fenton leading this next group as they come around to that final berm with Maxie Smith trying to get amongst it as they charge back down. So Fenton leading them off in the 3 spots. They come to the line, but a nice race coming from Anderson Ritchie. He'll pick up your win as the rest follow through.
Another rack of 8 boys out on track, and it looks like it is the 20 machine of Riley Lane. Can ride this young man. He's followed in there by the 301 of Ryan Sharkey. Local boy from TTG here in SA, but it is all the 20 machine, Riley Lane. He's going to do it again in the 8 boys. He'll go 3 from 3 as he crosses the line in front of Sharkey.
Just a friendly reminder, this is a COVID-free safety event. And also a reminder, it's a smoke-free, vape-free and dog-free venue. We thank you very much for everyone by abiding to the rules. Okay, it looks like we've got our next race on track. Don't go anywhere because 9 boys, gates down, we're away. We got the 6A versus the 7A in this one. So we got some big plates on track in this, but it looks like it will be a 7A. Will get the first turn in front. So that will be Lincoln Taylor. That's going to be Braxton on his inside from Narang. Then we got Harry Holland in there as well. The young man, the 513 from the Cove, Tyler Hunt, Smithson, and we've also got Jackson Rogers, the current 7 Victoria from Warrnambool. But out in front, looks like it'll still belong to Lincoln Taylor, your 7 Australia. It's an A-plate challenge in this one going on because it's still Braxton in there for the 2. So 7 versus 6 in and out of the last turn, picking up the 3. It'll be your 771, Harry Holland. We go back to Hunt, still in the mix, trying to make his way through the field. But cast your eyes back to the front of the field. It's going to be your 7 Australia. Lincoln Taylor will take this one out from Braxton.
Right, we are moving still on with our 9 boys now, and that was all the 1A machine of Nate Wensky. He's out in front now. He is leading them into the second turn now as we pick up on the 3rd straight. That might be Leap and Leo Richardson in the 2 spot now as they head down the 3rd straight. So far it's all Wensky, followed in there by the 124 machine of Richardson. Oh, look at the drag race now as they head down the back straight. Richardson trying to pull alongside, but Wensky just stretches the legs and he'll take the win over Leo Richardson.
Going to our 9 boys, big plates in this one. It's going to be Jax O'Connell rolling that 3A on the plate. He's leading them down the 3rd. We got the 2A in there, Ryder Brooks and the skinny digit of Joe Degnan trying to get amongst the 2. We got 1 on the inside as they charge around. Chase Cameron coming through from Gawler as well as they head down towards the line. Oh yeah, still going to be Jax. The battle to the line all the way. Jax O'Connell will hold on to get your win.
All right, we are out on track with our 10 boys as they hit up the third straight now. That looks like it's going to be your 2A of Brodie Wilmot out in front. He's followed in there by the 2N. That's Kobe Butterfield. He was flying over that first jump as they head down the final straight now. It is all going to be your 2A Brodie Wilmot. He's going to take the win in your 10 boys.
All right, let's jump back into our junior superclass, and it's going to be Jolly starting to put a gap on the rest of the field as he jumps his way down the second straight and rolls it around the backside of that berm there and back on the third. So it's going to be Jolly leading out in front. We've got Murray in there, Lachlan Hines in there, Nate Harvey, but it's going to be the 2-9 on the plate. Callum Whitney holding that 2 as they cruise through with the 4-4 on the back. The 2-4-6 of Lockie Hines, but jumping Josh Jolly, too good.
All right, another gate of 10 boys, and we've got a battle on our hands here as they head down the second straight. That looks like it is Heath Laddams in your 2 spot, and then we'll pick up your leader now as they head round the berm. Couple of different lines there as they wind it up now and hit the third straight. Who's that going to be? That might be 7A of Jack Gibson, sorry. He's going to take the lead, but Laddams is right on his back wheel again as they head round the final turn. The battle is still on as Laddams tries to wind it up and come down the inside. Might need transponders for this one. Is it going to be your 7A or will it be Laddams, the 293?
Okay, picking up a next gate for our 10 boys, working their way down the third straightaway, and out in front you'll find that'll be the 1SA of Jaden Bradbrook. We've also got Hutchins in there as well, but that might be Rootsy in for the 2 now. So Hutchins back to the 3. Then we go back to the 927 machine of Tyson Kruger. Lockie Crow in there as well, doing a fantastic job in the Happy Valley colours as he works his way out of the last turn. And we got the rest of the group, Reynolds, Keynes in there as well, and Gosling. But as we head back to the front of the field, it looks like it will be the young man of Bradbrook takes it out from Rootsy and Hutchins.
All right, another gate of 10 boys out on the track. That looks like it might have been your 3V, who's led this from go to woe so far now. He's on the back straight, across the last set of double. He goes, pedals all the way to the line. That is 3V. He is going to take the win, Mason Park.
All right, we're going to 11 boys. It's the 27 on the plate of Harrison Regan. He's leading them down the third straight. I reckon it's going to be the 29 of Giacomo Vaccarella cruising through as he makes a move. Then it's the 8A on the plate of Benny Forster. So he makes a move on the inside, so they crank their way down towards the line. But do a nice job from go to woe, Harrison Regan.
In and out of turn 2, our front runner goes. That looks like that'll be Zachy out in front. Then we go Alfie, Chase, Tate, Ethan, Bowman, Lipton and Bradshaw are in there as well, making their way down their second straight. But have a look at our front runner. He goes by the name of Zachy, in and out of that last corner. Down towards the finish line he goes now, and he's going to take the win in front of the rest of the group as they make their way down towards the finish line. Good racing there from the 10 boys.
As we go into 11 boys, and we've got Jarvis Mangan leading this one with a raging bull. That's young Aidan Ashcroft from Teacher Gully. He's made a little bit on the backside there as he charges down the third straight. As Mangan starts to head off down the third, gets to the last berm. So it's Mangan coming through Ashcroft and the 90 on the plate of Levi Brown, trying to fight back there with the 4 ACT. Lachlan Scarf, nice job there as they charge down to the final stripe. Nice ride coming from Jarvis Mangan.
We are still out on track with our 11 boys. Hard to pick up the numbers here, and they're wearing jackets now, which doesn't help. So it looks like that might be the 1-2-4 machine. Cooper Drew from the red centre. He's got your lead in this one there as they head down the final straight. Across the last set of doubles he goes, and that'll be Drew taking the win in your 11 boys.
All right, jump straight into 12 boys, and it's going to be Harry Rowlands from Castle Hill leading this one back on the third straight now. And I reckon it could be Luke Morris in there with the 4A of Heath Cully sitting in there nicely for the 3 as they make their way down to that final berm. But it's going to be Rowlands leading the way, Lukey Morris for the 2, and coming through is Cully. I reckon we had Brandon Fisher making his way through with Curtis Armstrong and also Maxie Sherwood.
All right, on we go with our 12 boys again, and that was the 101 of Eli Schroeder getting off to the best start of the lot there. He's followed in there by your 2SA Jet Pets as these two about to head into the final turn now. So far, it's all your 101 of Schroeder as he takes it cautiously around the final turn. Pet starts to wind it up and chase him down, but has he got enough time to take the win? He doesn't. It's going to be Schroeder with a win.
We're jumping in the next out about 12 points, and the jumper out in front, Harvey Brooks. He's going to lead this one back on the second as the field starts to bunch up. Oh, Lockie Kirk with a nice line through that first berm. He's going to come out. He's pushing in there for the three. He's got Charlie Daff on the inside of him as he slips back to the four now as they turn and burn back up the third straight. But doing it nice and clean out in front is going to be Brooks as he styles it up through that rhythm section, coming for the two. I reckon that might be the 110 machine of Ashton Smith. And there's Duff next in line. Kirk with a nice ride there as they turn and burn with Lockie Kirk, Oliver Marchek and Isaac Dragani.
All right, we're moving into our, well, still on with our 12 boys. Moto number 3, the clear leader there. That looked like your 2V of Tyler Hable, who got the best of the starts. But here comes Jumpin' Juddy Hillebrand. He's moving around the outside as they're going to go into the final turn now. Around the berm they go. Hillebrand's he's going to try and wind it up round the outside. Look at him come down the inside, but it looks like your 2V is just going to hang on to this one. That was Tyler Hable with a win.
Okay, picking up our 13 boys, and was that Cristiano who got away to the early lead? We'll try and pick up the plate as they come back at us here. There's our front runner, heads into the last turn, so it will be your 4V and your 277. So your 4A, of Parker Hennis will lead this one out from the 277 in there as well. The 77 Hackett. We've also got Harvey Grace, Keith Farrow. I think it was Farrow in there for the 3, but it's going to be your 4 Australia from Nerang. Parker Hennis will take this one out in our 13 boys.
13 boys already down that third straight. It'll be our current 1 Australia of Fraser Vaughan. He's got the whole shot and got this in full control. In and out of the last straight he goes now as he makes his way to the finish line. Then we got Oliver, Winston, Kobe, Zachary, Deacon, Xavier and Liam in no particular order making their way towards the finish line.
Okay, 13 boys, I reckon that'll be the 200 out in front. No, it's the 299 of Caleb Nickel. So it's going to be Nickel, Hayes, the 56 all over the back wheel. Going back to Billy the Bullet in the MB2 colours. He's fighting for the 3. Spencer in there as well. Carlo, Vaxarella and Cristiano and Nickel. But it was the 299. Caleb Nickel takes this one out.
All right, back to our 14 boys, and that's Angus Roberts from the Jinabine BMX Club. He's followed in there by Jaden Picken. This is our 14 boys out on the track. So we're going to have Angus Roberts taking the win from Jaden Picken and Jay Brown in the 3 spot.
Go back into our 14 boys, and it's going to be Cameron Gatt, our world number 4, leading this one as he jumps his way into that second berm over the doubles. Just picks up there on the backside the second berm as we got Jimmy James Butson, the smiling assassin, sitting in there for the 2 from TG Gully as he charges his way through. Next in line is going to be Luca Pyatt with a nice ride there. Then coming through Jordan Bailey and Mason De Silva, but Gatt too strong in this one. He'll hold on for your win.
All right, as we make our way into the track with our 15 boys, this is moto number 3 for them. That looked like we had Cody Manganaro. He had the early lead with the 85 on the plate today. And then in the 2 spot now, looks like we've got the 272 of AJ Donald. But they're going to wind it up down the outside now. But your leader, Cody Manganaro, is going to take another win in the 15 boys.
Okay, next gate for our 15 boys, it was Ollie Rivers, the 4Q out in front, but look at them, they're coming thick and fast. The challenges are coming on Rivers now. Looks like it'll be another 4 making his move. Is that going to be your 4 Australia? Bailey Seckold from Ashmore takes over the lead from Rivers. Then we go back to Pistol Pete Kravaskis. We've also got Murray next in line and the rest of the group. Freeman, Harrison, Laura, Seller in there as well. Cole and Freeman. But it will be a 4A. Seckold takes it from Rivers.
16 boys on the track and already halfway through. Down that third straight they go. It'll be one Australia of Josh Jolly. He's got this in control. In and out of the last corner they go now. Winters, Brody, Lincoln, Tyson, John, Julian and a few others as I get mixed up. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen.
Right, we're jumping. Oh, where are you on there? All right, I'm back on. 16 boys still rolling through, gate 3, and they're charging back down, and it looks like it's going to be the big number 7-5, Samuel O'Grady leading this one as they charge around that final berm and start heading towards the line. The 246 coming through. That's Lockie Hines sitting there nicely for your 3 as they make their way with that step up, step down, little set up and to the line.
I'd like to share our apologies up here on the commentary. It is pretty hard to pick up some of the numbers today. We're a long way back from the racing, so if we call one of your child's number or name wrong, we do apologise. It is a long way back here. We haven't brought our glasses out with us today, but we're doing our best job trying to stay dry up here on the first turn. Just a friendly reminder, we are a COVID-safe area this weekend, so we would appreciate if everybody has their masks on today. We're also smoke, vape 3 and a dog 3 zone. Thank you very much.
What are we up to? 17 boys. Oh, you're a dirty. Boys, hungry then? What's a pizza? Oh, we got lollies as well. God. Sorry, mate. Oh, yeah, look. Who wants some? You guys have a good Christmas. Tusky. Already helped.
Yeah.
and Glab down the first straight, plenty of air underneath the wheel. That looks like Cameron got away with a blinder and he's got the whole shot. Down the second straight, Wiggy in there for the 2 spot. Looks like Andy Hughes for the 3 and grab while we lose a couple of others. In and out of turn 2 they go. Down the third straight they go. It's still Cameron showing them how it's done. Here comes Wig. He gets a little bit loose. Bit of white line fever there from Wig. Oh, hits the back wheel of Hughes in and out that last corner, but that'd be Cameron. He's led that from go the way of a clean ride.
That's going to be your 7A. Oh, as we've fallen riders in the
local lad as he charges around that second burn. Oh, sloshes out. Full footy improvement later on in the motos. Oh, we lost a couple. Over to you, Dino. Oh, getting close to bashing bars. What we'd like to see us, the 225 Zali.
17 to 24 men. Out and about they go. The big 92 on the plate of Daniel Brooks Jr. Out and about they go.
All right, looks like we're off to a start there, and that looks like Parker Whitley, who's got himself flying out of the gate now. Then we've got Kazali. Yeah, that looks like that's your 5A of Jack Young. He's got the early lead now as they make their way down. Looks like that's going to be your 7A. Oh, as we've fallen riders in the
local lad as he charges around that second burn. Oh, sloshes out. Full footy improvement later on in the motos. Oh, we lost a couple. Over to you, Dino. Oh, getting close to bashing bars. What we'd like to see us, the 225 Zali.
17 to 24 men. Out and about they go. The big 92 on the plate of Daniel Brooks Jr. Out and about they go.
All right, looks like we're off to a start there, and that looks like Parker Whitley, who's got himself flying out of the gate now. Then we've got Kazali. Yeah, that looks like that's your 5A of Jack Young. He's got the early lead now as they make their way down. Looks like he's just lost that spot.
Ladies and gentlemen, if we can just get proceedings underway, please. Ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, BMX bike rider competitors. My name's Tony Harrison, the Chief Executive for the City of Marion, and as you can imagine, despite the weather, a very proud person to be here today with you as part of the official opening as well as the competitions at the same time. Firstly, can I just make some acknowledgements of important people that have been able to be with us today for the official opening. Can I firstly recognise the Honourable Stephen Marshall to my right, the Premier of South Australia. Thank you, Premier. Senator for South Australia Andrew McLaughlin, representing the Federal Minister for Sport. The State Minister for Recreation, Sport Racing, Member for Gibson, the Honourable Corrie Wingard. Thank you. The State Minister for Environment and Water, Member for Black, the Honourable David Spears MP. Assistant Minister for Domestic and Family Violence Prevention, a Member for Elder, the Honourable Carolyn Power MP. The Shadow Minister for Recreation, Sport and Racing, a Member for Raynell, Katrine Hilliard MP. State Member for Mawson, Leon Bignell MP. The member for Hurtle Vale, Nat Cook, also the Shadow Minister for Human Services, is with us today. The member for Waite, Mr Sam DeLuc, MP. Member for Davenport, Mr Steve Murray, MP. The City of Onkaparinga, Mayor Erin Thompson to my left. Representatives from the Office of Recreation, Sport and Racing, the Department for Environment and Water, National Parks and Wildlife Services, South Australia and Events SA, including Hitaf Rashid, is also with us today. And just a couple of apologies, Senator Penny Wong, the Federal Minister for Boothby, Nicole Flint, and the Minister for Planning, Local Government, Member for Hyson, the Honourable Josh Teague. If you could just put your hands together for those people who are with us today, thank you. As I said, a very proud day for myself. If I can just very briefly share with you a very short story. I was lucky enough to be here about 8 weeks ago with Ministers Spears and Wingard. And one of us had to make the brave decision to go down one of the ramps for the cameras. And yes, I was the only person that had the courage or the stupidity to go down one of those ramps on that particular day. It was a proud moment, and I've been very proud since that occasion until yesterday morning when I came to visit the track to prepare for today, still feeling fairly proud of my achievements. I then was very deflated. I watched many 3- and 4-year-old BMX riders go down that same ramp. It has been an amazing feat putting this together through COVID, as you can imagine, getting contractors on site, coming over borders and so forth. But with our partners, Onkaparinga, also contributing funds with the state government, we have put together, I'm sure you will agree, an amazing facility for young people, older people to actually compete on BMX bikes now and into the future. We are all very proud of the achievement to date and delivering on time and also delivering on budget. And very, very importantly, to my left, we have Mr Sam Willoughby, an Olympic silver medalist. Can you please put your hands together for him being with us today as well? There will be a few speeches, so please be a little bit patient despite the weather and also the COVID conditions. A little bit of housekeeping. It is important for us all to be COVID safe, as we're aware. Social distancing as best we can despite the inclement weather situation, and also QR code as you're coming in through the main gates into the facility. Without any further ado, can I welcome Mr Robert Taylor for Welcome to Country. Thank you. Oh, well done.
Nyankinyamiana, Namani, Marina Budina Kuyata, Kanyata, Nana Robakari Karano Taila, Nawanga Kumagana Miana, Manialo Tampadigana Miana, Kumunelo Pana Yatanga Impodendi. Tabdalo Bukyana, Borkana, Kumagana Mina Yalara. Yakandaya, Womandaya, Nachalya. Ladies and gentlemen, greetings and welcome. My name is Robert Taylor. I come from 3 different Aboriginal groups, the Ngarrindjeri from the Coorong and the lower parts of the River Murray, the Narungga from the York Peninsula, and the Kaurna people being the traditional custodians of the land which we meet on today. And it's my great privilege and honour to be here today in honour of this skate park, this BMX park, ready for our youth, in honour of some achievements and dreams made by this very special person here, Sam Willoughby. I'm lucky enough to have followed his career over the last few years, the last few decades, should I say, and it's been quite a story. So given the opportunity to come here today and have to welcome everybody here and share a bit of our culture with you, it's quite an honour for me, especially Sam being a local boy. Actually, just up the end of the street, if we put it in his terms, it must be quite a special occasion for you to be here today. And also, I take my hats off to all the youth that's out here having a good go in the rain. They're doing better than I would, I've got to admit. Also to you, Tony, I jumped on my daughter's skateboard about a week ago for the first time in 20 years. Didn't do too good, so I also take my hat off to you for having a good crack at that. So, past and present, it's a pleasure to be here today. Having said that, I'd like to sing a song. Yeah, and you. Every one of them. It's and Nakora. Nachalya, thank you.
Thanks, but it sounds like we have got a few mic problems, so we'll see what... Can I please now introduce the Honourable Stephen Marshall, the Premier of South Australia, to say a few words. Thank you.
Thanks, Tony. Can I begin by acknowledging that this afternoon we're on the traditional lands of the Kaurna people, and we acknowledge their ongoing spiritual relationship with this precious land, and thank Robert Taylor for his genuine welcome to country. Pretty wet country this afternoon. What do you think? I tell you what, even this rain, and we need a lot of rain, but even this rain cannot dampen our enthusiasm for a very, very special day for South Australia, the official opening of the Sam Willoughby International BMX track in South Australia. This is something that our state has been missing for a very, very long period of time, and finally it's here. And it's a great honour to have Sam and his wife Elise back with us here in South Australia. Sam grew up at the bottom of the roads. This is a special part of the world for him. Nothing like this existed when he was the world champion, when he was going off to the Olympic Games representing Australia. Nothing like this existed. This is truly an international class facility, and I really want to genuinely thank every single person who's been involved. This is, along with the state government, and I thank the councils, to create this UCI sanctioned fantastic facility. I particularly want to acknowledge my colleagues, Corey Wingard, for the work that he's done in increasing and improving both the elite and the grassroots sporting infrastructure in South Australia, but particularly David Spears, the Minister for the Environment. Glenthorne was his vision. He came and got me in a headlock about 6 or 7 years ago. He said, "You wouldn't believe this opportunity. We can have BMX tracks there. We can have soccer facilities and pitches there. We can have a new national park," and that vision has been what has been realised. It must be a proud day for you, but it's particularly a great day for South Australia. And I know it's wet, but I do look at the smiles on the faces of the competitors out there as part of TOS Festival of Cycling, 2 rounds for the Australia. It's great to see incredible competitors out there. Now, whether there's another set, tells me because he's very hopeful as a coach, and his wife, of course. He's seen some fantastic. I acknowledge Kai Sakabara, who's with us here today. He's our ambassador for the Santos Festival of Cycling. Thank you very much for being here, Kai. You too, a great competitor and a great inspiration to many of the young people who are out here today. To all the competitors, people that have come from interstate, from right around this state, thank you for competing in some pretty trying conditions. I'm not sure, Tony, at 8-metre start. I don't even know if I got 5-metre start, but I know that we've seen some fantastic, fantastic performances here, and I hope we continue to see that. Sam, thank you for coming back to South Australia for this special time. Thank you very much for the inspiration generations. I love the fact that this is called the Sam Willoughby International BMX track, because your legacy, your incredible inspiration is now cemented for future generations. Thank you very much, and I hope everybody enjoys today, especially the Ducks.
Thank you very much, Premier, for those words. Thank you. Can I now please introduce Senator Andrew McLaughlin to say a few words? Thank you.
Thank you for the introduction, and I'd like to thank Robert for his welcome to country and acknowledge the Premier and my parliamentary colleagues. It's fantastic to be here representing the federal government that made a contribution to assist in building this fantastic track and facility. And I want to acknowledge Sam and his inspiration. And for me, I want to be watching television in 5 to 10 years and see a young world champion say, "Where'd you start?" "I started on Sam's track." So I wish every rider and every family success and happiness in using this facility. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. Can I now please introduce the Mayor of Onkaparinga, Erin Thompson. Please come forward. Thank you.
Welcome everybody. It's great to be here at this opening of the Sam Willoughby BMX track. Both councils are extremely proud to be here, and it's very exciting, apart from the weather, although I'm sure the little kids are having a lot of fun out there in the mud, aren't you guys? And I know the Premier did mention that we might have another hero out there. Well, I think he's right. Sam Willoughby's 5-year-old nephew has been out there today, so maybe another hero in the making. I know we heard a very long list of people to acknowledge today. It's an entire page, so I won't go through the whole list again, but it is a demonstration of what a fantastic collaboration this project has been. We've had all of our state members here, just about all of Parliament is here today, which is fantastic. I will acknowledge both councils, Yvonne Kapringa and City of Marion, that have really collaborated on this project. So thank you, Mayor Chris Hanna, for working with us on this and your leadership on this project. I do also just want to another shout out for Sam Willoughby, our Happy Valley BMX hero. It is so fantastic to have you here today, inspiring all of our young kids. Cycling BMX Darren Alomes, President of Happy Valley BMX Scott Riveray, and President of Cove BMX Chris Hanna. Just a quick mention for these guys who have been pivotal in making this project come to life. So this facility is a fantastic new home for Happy Valley and Cove BMX clubs, and it is so exciting to have something here in our own backyard. Having a UCI accredited international standard facility here in the south is very special, and it cements southern Adelaide as the best place to tackle on two wheels. This facility is the best in South Australia, and because it's the best, we'll be able to host major events and attract elite athletes from both across the nation and around the globe, just like we are today, and that is something that we can all be extremely proud of. Just seeing the kids out here today, watching their heroes and their pros and being inspired reinforces the value of what we've created here today. But a project with this magnitude doesn't just happen. Like I said earlier, there's so many people and so many stakeholders involved in getting this off the ground. I just wanted to make a huge thank you to the state government and the federal and both councils and all of those local clubs and local community members that have been involved in making this project happen. We are so excited to see what talent this space will bring. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mayor Thompson. If I can now just please hand over to the Mayor for the City of Marion, Mr. Chris Hanna. Thank you.
Thank you, Tony. Thank you. First of all, I'd like to thank you, Robert, for that welcome to country. And I won't go through that long list of very important people we have on board today, apart from the riders and their families, but thank you, Premier Stephen Marshall, for coming down for this special event. And Ministers Corey Wingard and David Spears, I know you've contributed a lot to make this happen. Many of the state parliamentary MPs, as well as Senator McLaughlin, many of my fellow councillors at Marion are also here. I won't go through them all, but thank you especially to the councillors at the City of Marion for getting behind this project. I want to make a special mention too for former Deputy Mayor Janet Byram, who was a real champion of this facility. Let's bear in mind that it started with the thought that we would improve facilities for the Happy Valley BMX and the Cove BMX Club. Now, we could have got a little backyard track and bulldozed a few humps for the people to ride over, but the project grew and grew, and Janet was always very certain that it should be an international standard track. Marion Council got behind it, and what a wonderful thing to have collaboration between the different levels of government. And it is actually quite more unusual than you think to have two councils cooperating on the one project as well. So it is really something special. I also want to particularly thank the committee members of those two clubs, Happy Valley and Cove, because I know you've been through a lot there. It's been a long journey. I think it's been as bumpy as the track out there. As we were looking at different sites, we were looking at how much money we had. The state government certainly came to the rescue with $3.5 million towards it, and it'll be nearly $2 million from Marion Council by the time we do a pump track for the general community and riders of all ages and abilities outside this main track. But a couple of observations. Marion Council is actually becoming a focus for cycling of various kinds in South Australia. We've got a velodrome at Edwardstown, which is very busy every day. We've got mountain bike riding through this wonderful Glenthorne Park, which David Spears has facilitated. And now we've got this wonderful BMX facility, international standard. How special is that? And very fitting that it is called the Sam Willoughby International BMX Facility. Sam has been a hero among BMX riders locally and around the world. The other observation I'll make is about this precinct along Majors Road at O'Halloran Hill. It's a precinct of special environmental value with the Glenthorne Park initiative, but it's also becoming a major recreational focus in Adelaide. So yes, we've got the new BMX track. We're about to open a new soccer facility for the Cove Football Club. Down the road we've got riding for the disabled. Marion Council has given the state government $2 million for a wonderful adventure playground within the Glenthorne farm site just down the road. And there are other recreational opportunities along the road here as well. So it's becoming a special part of Adelaide, and I know it's going to be special forever for BMX riders. What I'd like to do now, Sam, can I come over here? I'd like to ask you a few questions. Have we got a microphone for Sam? Yeah, there we go. Sorry, Stephen. Sam, look, because it is so special, first of all, what does the track mean to you?
Yeah, it's just first of all, it's a great honour to have my name on this. Is a world-class facility, and for me, growing up down there at the bottom of Adams Road and driving past this place literally every day of my childhood, to now see this calibre of BMX track here is still surreal. I can't believe it. Even driving up here this morning, it kind of felt like a dream, seeing a bunch of BMXs parked along Majors Road. It's just something I never thought I would see, and it's really exciting.
And I believe you were involved in the conversations about design. You were making suggestions. What did you look for? What did you suggest that was included in the track?
I think the main thing was we wanted this to be a facility that could hold, you know, the likes of the World Championships and World Cups, and allow riders in South Australia to have the chance to race on the world stage at their home track. So I think we've done a pretty good job at creating that, and this is going to be a track that for years to come will have the ability to hold the biggest events in BMX.
And I believe you've been spreading the word with your international contacts. They're all looking forward to coming and visiting here?
Yeah, I've put a few photos up this week and my phone's been blowing up with people like, I can't believe the view. I've never seen a BMX track in a location like that, and it looks great and everyone wants to get here. So now it's an excuse for everyone to come and see South Australia and the hidden gem that Adelaide is.
Absolutely right. And just one more thing, you were saying this morning that in terms of your coaching, which you know is a big part of your future, this track is unique.
It is very unique. Obviously, since my injury, being in a wheelchair, getting around dirt BMX tracks isn't the easiest generally. So this is the first BMX track in the world that I'm able to get from the ground level all the way up to the 8-metre start hill. It's the first fully accessible BMX track in the world, and that's something really exciting for me and for many others living with disabilities. And for me, forward to having to go up to the top of the start hill and hopefully help groom the next crop of champions is pretty exciting, but it's also another way that South Australia is leading its community.
Very true. Look, thank you once again for your involvement all the way through the planning and today and in the future, because I know you've got a very strong coaching future ahead of you for many, many years to come. And as I say, locals here look up to you so much. So thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me. And
actually, would you like to take the opportunity to shout out a few thank yous?
First and foremost, I want to say a huge thank you to the BMX community, the way you've all stood behind me and the way you continue family-orientated sport, and there's going to be so many great memories created out here. I want to thank the state government and the city of Onkaparinga and the city of Marion for coming together to make this happen. It's amazing. It's a dream come true for us BMXers. And I also want to just thank the volunteers of clubs, because, you know, they're the lifeline of sport. And I was speaking to Chris Hanna on my way here until 1 a.m. the other night on his wife's birthday, trying to make this event happen. So, you know, they're the lifeline of BMX, and we're going to have many. It's a little wet today, but there's many, many great days ahead.
Absolutely right. Thank you very much, Sam Willoughby. Now, what do you say we grab the Premier and the Sports Minister and unveil the plaque for this fantastic facility? Help us out, Sam.
Oh, well done. So thank you very much, Premier, Minister Wingard, Mayor Hannah, and so particularly to Sam, thank you very much for the unveiling of the plaque. That somewhat concludes the official speeches and words to be. But could I just please ask you to bear with us just for another couple of minutes, as we just have got a couple of people to finish the formalities. Today is a day of national competition, so it is appropriate for us to also allow Mr Darren Alholms also to speak as the Deputy Chair of BMX Australia. Thank you.
Premier Stephen Marshall, members of the Ghana people, distinguished guests, representatives of the Cove and the Happy Valley BMX clubs, ladies and gentlemen, and of course Sam. It's a privilege and a thrill to be here at the opening of a significant piece of infrastructure, a facility that signals to South Australia and the rest of the nation and the world, indeed, that BMX is a key part of Australia's sporting present and future. As Deputy Chair of Oz Cycling and former Chair of BMX Australia, I'm thrilled, totally aware of the power of diverse communities and interests coming together to deliver something much bigger than the single element could manage. From the Ghana community to the designers, to the local authorities and the important funders, the state government, Marion and Onkaparinga councils and more, you have achieved something that will impact generations of riders to come. And of course the riders, they are here why we are here today. Australia is rightly proud of our freestyle gold medalist Logan Martin, the newly crowned national champions Saya Sakakibara and Isaac Kennedy, and our many freshly minted national junior champions. No doubt many of these athletes, the many challenge riders and overwhelmingly the thousands of others who just ride just for fun, have drawn inspiration from South Australians such as Anthony Dean and Brian Kirkham and Sam. Ultimately though, the spirit of this facility will grow from its association with Sam Willoughby. Sam's story revolves around the sport, but it's much more than that. It's about struggle, adversity, optimism, community, grinding persistence and love. Sam's story is still being written, and with the opening of this magnificent facility, it will have the privilege of instilling the start to so many others. Congratulations. Thank you for the work. We're now seeing this place coming alive with the Oz Cycling BMX National Rounds at the Santos Festival of Cycling. Thank you.
Thanks, Darren. Thank you. And just finally, ladies and gentlemen, we've got one more to go, or two more to go, I should say. The presidents of both the Happy Valley and the Cove BMX tracks. Could I just please ask both Scott and also the other Chris Hanna to come forward and just say a couple of words. Thanks very much.
It's an honour to be here. We just want to acknowledge those volunteers and group members from both clubs, councillors and from both the City of Onkaparinga and Marion that have been working for nearly 10 years to deliver this facility to us. The has been terrific. After you is utmost respect, and we could not think of a better. So congratulations to you. I'm proud. And finally to the partners, I thank you as well. For the support and understanding those who have been involved in getting this off the ground.
Thanks very much.
Thank you and welcome. As chair of the Cove BMX Club and on behalf of the Cove BMX Club, I think it's important we acknowledge that we meet on the land of the Kaurna people and we pay our respects to their elders, both past, present and emerging. Like most good projects, they take a while to come to fruition. This one has taken a while and it's started with a dream from a few people and we thank them as a club. Also, thank you for Janet for being involved early on and most recently your contribution to our club. It's very much appreciated, so thank you. Our club's been around for 40 years this year, and as I said before, all good things take a while to come, and this place now puts us in a really good position for the future, both for our young members and our riders that are looking to take their riding to the next level, so it's really important as a club that we've got this facility. Finally, to the committees, both past and present, to get us to this position, I sincerely thank you all. Also to the partners involved, both the state government, City of Marion and also the Onkaparinga councils, thank you for your contributions and making this happen. As a club, we look forward to partnering with the members and volunteers of Happy Valley and making this a partnership going forward that's really fruition. So thank you very much.
Thanks very much, Chris. Ladies and gentlemen, that brings to a conclusion the official part of today's proceedings. Can I firstly thank the Premier of South Australia, the ministers, the shadow ministers, all of the dignitaries who have been with us today, including both of the mayors, Erin Thompson and also Chris Hanna. Please stay safe, stay dry as best you can, and once again, certainly thank you for coming on this afternoon, and please, if you've got time, stay back to see some of those amazing BMX riders go around that track. Thank you very much.